listeners are as important as our guests. Join in on the conversation. 504-341-8255, the New Orleans Talk Network. Listeners are as important as our guests. Join in on the conversation. 504-341-8255, the New Orleans Talk Network. Listeners are as important as our guests. Join in on the conversation. 504-341-8255, the New Orleans Talk Network.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe Lapinto, and you are watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
Yo, man, it's Fred. Listen, don't forget to like and subscribe to our New Orleans Talk Network page on What's up, everybody? This is your boy Fred. Listen, don't forget to like our page on YouTube, FanView, Facebook, FanView, and on Twitter, FanView New Orleans.
Holla at you, man, in the app with us, and we gonna make this thing on the top and do all this Talk Network. Real fans talk about real sports. Get it, G. And not only sports, it's through everyday activity and life, man.
My name is Jaquan Jackson, SMU commit, and you're tuning into FanView.
Yo, what's up? It's Poogle Williams, 2017 Mr. Football. You are now tuned into FanView Live on New Orleans Talk Network.
This is Congressman Cedric Richmond, and you're watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
FanView Live, where real fans talk about real sports, only on the New Orleans Talk Network. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, because we're not just a sports talk show, we're a talk show about sports.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports, New Orleans Talk Network. Man, that's feel good to be back in studio. Got a lot to talk about, folks.
I'm back.
Oh, you ready? You ready? Listen, I'm your boy Fred.
GSportz in the building, man.
Coach Hurricane here. Man, listen, we got a lot to talk about. Y'all know a lot to do before I get ready to talk sports, man. I always give a shout out and salute to my armed forces, the Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard, first responders, local police department, local fire department. Thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you. Big shout out and salute.
Okay.
Listen, we got a lot to talk about in sports. We'll be here for 2 hours. People tuning in for the first time. Listen, this is the best sports show on the planet. I keep telling y'all this. This is the time when us as fans get to sit down and talk sports about what's been going on over the past week.
Facts.
Now, we got a chance to talk about recap some things that's been going on over this past Saturday, this past Sunday. We had LSU with the big time win against Auburn. We got to talk about that. There he is. Look at this. Look at the grin. Look at that grin. All over the place.
You gotta give us a chance.
Yeah, baby. My New Orleans Saints that came back on the Cleveland Browns. You know, we got to talk about that. A little bit of high school football to talk about. Also in the 7 o'clock hour, we got a big-time interview to do with y'all. We got a big-time quarterback coach that'll be giving us a call. We got to chop that up so people will be tuning in, you know, for that call there. We got a lot to talk about. But listen, we're going to open up this show with the Saints and the Browns. Recap of that game. For people who watched that game, the Saints were down in the third quarter viciously. Couldn't get nothing going. Then all of a sudden, we got saved. If you're a Who Dat fan, If you was tuning in the live stream that got blocked with 2 minutes left in the game. You know, we was up to, you know, some 1,000 live viewers. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, liking the page. But this is at Thursday night. The Saints were down for the most part of the game, but we got saved by the Browns kicker, who decided to miss 2 field goals and 2 extra points in that game. And the Saints were having to win 21-18. What is y'all think? The question we're going to ask to everybody is, are the Saints overvalued? We went into the season. Everyone probably had the Saints as a top 5 team in the league and around the NFL. But after the first 2 weeks, an abysmal loss, defensive loss in week 1. Week 2, you're down the whole game. You had 2 turnovers by Mike Thomas, and you had a big turnover by Ted Ginn. And if a field goal kick for Cleveland shows up, we're talking about a team that could actually be 0-2 right now. So are the Saints overvalued after 2 weeks?
I think I'll start by saying, whenever you see commentators before the season pick the Saints to be in the Super Bowl or have us pick to be one of the favorites to come out the NFC, the Saints don't never live up to that bill. I was discouraged when I seen Stephen A. Smith, Shannon Sharp, and a number of other analysts picked us to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like the year when we signed Jairus Byrd. Everybody picked us to go to the Super Bowl that year. Y'all know how bad of a year that was. With that being said,
Jairus Byrd bad.
Yeah, he was terrible. One of the worst defensive backs in Saints history. It's out of him, Jason David, and Fred Thomas. Them 3 running the race.
Brandon Brown up there now.
Yeah, but too. But that's neither here nor there. I do think the Saints still have the team to be able to make a run to get to the Super Bowl. It's still early. You know, we going into week 3. The thing that was discouraging in this last game was our offense didn't catch up to our defense.
Right.
And our defense did show up. I mean, people gonna say we played the Cleveland Browns. Look, y'all can say what y'all want. Cleveland Browns are a talented team.
Facts.
You know, these people got Carlos Hyde, Tyrod Taylor. I mean, I'm not saying Tyrod Taylor is one of the elite quarterbacks in the league, but he's somebody you got a game plan for each week because he can make certain throws. The kid he can make plays with his legs. I mean, he was 22 for 30, 246 yards and a touchdown. And I think he had a 94.6 quarterback rating.
Yeah.
So he played good. Carlos Hyde is a good running back. I mean, you got Callaway, you got Landry, you got Njoku, and tight end. They got some weapons. And they got a pretty solid offensive line too. Well, I knew that before going into the game, and I said it all on Twitter, I knew that our offense was going to struggle in this game because of the defensive coordinator the Browns have, and that's Greg Williams. He's very familiar with Sean Payton. He's very familiar with our philosophy and what we like to do. He knows what Drew likes and what he looks for. He knows our personnel pretty good. So I knew that we was going to struggle. I predicted before the game, as long as we could keep Cleveland from not scoring over 17 points, and they scored 18.
Right.
I thought we could win the game, and that's what happened. People can say what they want. Yeah, we struggled with the Browns. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Look, I'll take it any way I could get it. And the Browns is a very talented team. Are they one of the better teams in the NFL? No, they're not. But I'll take it any way I can get it. I like the fight that we showed, that we overcame adversity. And Gonzalez, the kicker from the Browns, he did us a favor.
Yeah. So we had 54 people on our roster Sunday.
Yeah. But with that being said, what people got to realize about the Saints, and I think Sean Payton, this is something he needs to take into consideration going forward into the coming years, because I know he's gonna be here around for a long time. Playing our starters a little more in the preseason. And I know people are mindful of that because of injuries and stuff like that, but it's clearly showing that that's why we're getting off to these slow starts. We haven't won a season open in the last 6 years. And there's a reason behind it, because I don't think we get enough reps during preseason. And Sean and Drew, you know, he needs to get on the same page with his receivers. Our defense, they need to become one unit, especially when you got a young defense like we got. We got a lot of people that's under the age of 26, 25 years old. We got a young defense. It's like we got a college team on a slick. So the only way to get better is to get reps.
And Marcus Williams started off very slow. Had a pick in that game. That's the only turnover we really had in the season so far.
And when you see the Saints more often than not, once we get to like week 5, we rolling now. We rolling now. So I think that's something I think Sean Payton might have to take in consideration. And I think you have to take that into account, because this year, especially this year, we have a lot of depth. So just in case we would have went down with an injury, we had somebody that could have stepped up behind that starter. I like the depth this team has, and going forward, you know, we play Atlanta this week, and I think you're going to see that the Saints going to get even better on offense and on the defensive side of the ball. But do I think we overvalue? Maybe so, but I still think we have the team to be able to make a run and get to the Super Bowl this year.
Coach Hen.
I think GSportz hit a key point that nobody wants to talk about, and that's the way that the NFL is structured now. Preseason is something you even before this rule came into play, you hardly seen players, the main guys playing preseason, and rightfully so. You got 90 guys that's on the team. You only got 53 spots. If you know for sure you got 30 of those spots locked up, you're trying to give everybody else the best audition they can. I understand that part, but the part that hurts the most is the new practice rule, and you're starting to see it more and more. Every team that has a veteran leader shows up and comes out slow in the gate. Steelers, Saints, Patriots. You just the Giants. Anybody who has a veteran leader, mainly at the quarterback position, always starts slow at the gate since this new rule. Main reason why, because the teams with the younger quarterbacks or the younger skill sets, they get the rookie or the OTAs. They can come to that. They got the rookie mini camp before that, and then you got all the preseason. So they have more time to gel and all that. So that's why just the Patrick Mahomes thing is not shocking to me. But to keep it focus on the Saints, I think, to be honest, and it's sad to say, because it's the NFL, but it happens because there's athletes out there. We overlooked the Bucs because Jameis Winston wasn't there. You're like, all right, Fitzpatrick, you don't know which one you got. Well, you got the right Fitzpatrick against us, and it killed us. Then we were slow out the gate against the Browns, but we weathered the storm to the end. The main thing, though, I think a lot of people might not take advantage of it or see where I'm coming from with it. It shows you how valuable Mark Ingram is to this team. One of the huge things that helped the Saints last year was the ability to be balanced. When you know Drew Brees can beat you at any given time, but not knowing if the pass was coming, because Mark Ingram was getting you 100 yards on the ground and maybe 50 yards receiving, and then you was getting like 50 yards on the ground from Kamara with a big play and then receiving. Then you had the matchup nightmares. Now you got Michael Thomas, who right now is the only receiver who would get open, and you got to get some type of way to get Taquan Smith in there. But Michael Thomas is the only one that can win one-on-one battles right now. And you don't have a rusher that you trust, and you're trying to keep Kamara touches to what it is when Ingram's there, to not fatigue him out, which is smart. So I don't think we overvalue. Bless you. I think what the Saints are doing is taking the strategically slow pace start
until you get a guy like
Ingram back, and then you open wide up. So because you don't trust Gibbs. I don't trust
Gibbs. He fumbled week one. I
don't know why we signed him when we had when we had Scott. I think Scott could have did that.
Jonathan Williams could do what he did.
Could have did that. But all in all, the most concerning thing for me is we don't have a pass rush yet. Even Cam, Cam's going to get the triple team, the triple double team every single snap. We don't have no way of getting to the passer. I think a lot of that starts with the linebackers. Having the right core on the field. DeMar Davis is one of the best blitzing linebackers. Craig Robinson is a good blitzing linebacker. Why they not on the field at the same time, I don't know. You mortgaged the farm to get Marcus Davenport. He only got 15 snaps in 2 games.
Right.
That's horrible.
It's horrible.
That's horrible. When you got a versatile defender in Cam that can rush from the inside and the outside, why not bump him down and put Davenport to his side? Matt can hold his own and come on. But Okafor, I'm sorry. But that's some things we'll get into later in the show. But all in all, I don't think we overvalue. I just think we're just taking a slow, steady approach because Mark Ingram is such huge in what we do offensively. And I don't think we won't see the full
offense to week 5.
Yeah, and what this team is really capable of.
Now, Vashawn Barnes says defense needs to step up. He also says, I got blocked. Talking about the block, Yeah, but I'm fan with you guys. Higgins number 1. Torian Weathersby says Cleveland got a team. Frank Bridges says still early, looks for less turnovers, better play calling, and defensive consistency. You know, Joshua Chapman says preseason doesn't matter. Keep the starters healthy, which I'll probably agree with that. Vishon Barnes says, you know, Taylor is not a middle linebacker for our defense. You know, so Akeem Kimber said, I told y'all don't sleep on Mark. Speaking to what you was talking about before.
Don't skip with Teron Weathersby said. He said the starters need more time, especially in the last
preseason games. Yeah, which that is true. Especially when you talk about that third preseason game. You know, I saw the week 1 when the Atlanta Falcons played the Philadelphia Eagles. You had almost 3 injuries in that game conditioning. Yeah. You saw Keon Neal actually tore his ACL on a non-contact play, but he had an injury in that game that was due to conditioning. Debo had an injury in that game due to cramps, due to conditioning in that game. So you started seeing in week 1 and week 2 that certain starters, that certain players that make plays, that conditioning was an actual factor. So you got to start playing some of these guys in preseason games because they need reps. That's just what it is. But then again, you're asking yourself, man, I'd rather have a guy have cramps week 1 that could give me 16 games than to have a guy who had an injury in preseason that got to put him on IR for 8 weeks.
But see, that's
you know, you're playing judgment there.
I think that's the thing that me and G kind of both hit on is you need reps in preseason, but it's like when you didn't have to rush your starters out there preseason because you had 25 hours to practice them during the week. Well, now you only got, I think it's 15 of contact. You know that you could actually. Right. There's only so much you can see with just helmets and and no nothing physical going on. You know, so that you got the team that whatever coach in front of the office that finds to manage that time management part is going to take off in the new league.
I just think that it's ridiculous to even think that you're going to bring these starters out here to play one series and then sit them down. And I understand you're trying to find out who's going to make that final 53. But, man, it's about trying to make sure we're in rhythm going into week 1. I'm not saying play the starters the whole game, but they need to play every preseason game. They need to play at least 2 quarters, 2 whole quarters. Now, if we get to the last preseason game and Sean Payton feels like, look, we rolling. Everything looking good. Yeah, we probably need to make some minor changes here and there, but for the most part, we rolling. Okay, sit them the last preseason game. Right. But for the most part, every preseason game, we should be playing our starters 2 whole quarters, and you will stop seeing us have these slow starts to the season.
Well,
they started off 1-2 for the past 4 seasons now. I'll except this year.
I'll rebuttal that with saying maybe not 2 quarters, but I need to see them in every situational type thing. Anything that you can script situational wise, like so every 2. What I'm saying is like
that's hard to do in a game though.
But what I'm saying, like, all right, you get the ball and let's say the perfect scenario comes. You get the ball, 2-minute warning, come out, you're on offense. I don't care what offense is in there. Go ahead and put the first team offense in there. Go ahead and get we got to score before the half. Get your play, get yourself as a coach in rhythm too, because any coach will tell you there's certain plays and there's certain things that you feel comfortable calling with certain people.
Right.
All right, with Drew, you comfortable with everything. So look, go ahead and get your rhythm going. Go ahead and get everything going. Look, I want to see my first team defense out there to stop a 2-minute drill. I want to see them out there. Look, they get them in the ball is on the 1, they trying to come out. I want to see my first team defense out there stop them. Then, all right, let's say they get a first down. All right, put the subs in. Manage reps like that. There's always a way to steal a rep or steal more preparation time. I think that's a way where you say, all right, they still not get as many plays, so the injury risk is not as high, but you also see them in game time situation against a team, against people who don't see you every day.
I think this is a key point too, and I alluded to this.
Yeah. Marty B says we need more wideouts, more wide receivers.
Nah.
But Marty B says,
nah.
What you got to say about that GSportz? I'm going to take away from your thought.
Man, we never have a talented group of wide receivers. We have usually some solid to good wide receivers. I like our receiver core. I like Teddy Ginn. I like Michael Thomas for sure. I think Cameron Meredith, even though he hasn't played it down yet, I think you see him probably end up playing around week 4. somewhere around there.
Once
Week
he gets-
5.
He
maybe.
could be coming early because Tommy Lewis had an injury.
Right.
So he could be coming up soon.
Man, I think Meredith gonna be a good contributor, and I think what Sean Payton is doing with Tre'Quan Smith, he's just bringing him on slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Ben Watson is showing that he could be Mr. Reliable.
Yeah.
So I think we find in that area. That's not the issue right now. That's not the issue right now. We just need to get in the rhythm. But what I was about to say was, one of the things that I noticed that the Saints did, and we did this when we drafted Stephon Anthony, and I seen that we doing it again. We got Demario Davis playing the will instead of the Mike linebacker. For the life of me, I cannot understand why we keep doing this. Stephon Anthony came to the Saints as a Mike linebacker with Clemson, and he was a phenomenal all-conference, all-American linebacker at Clemson. He came here as a first-round pick. His rookie year, he had 120 tackles. Why, for the life of me, you take him from Mike linebacker and move him to the will? Where is Stephon Anthony now?
Out of the league.
He's out of the league.
On Bourbon Street, man.
Because when you moved him from his natural position and asked him to play an unfamiliar position, he's not going to be the same player. And then you try to turn him to Miami, and they tried to move him to the world linebacker, and it didn't work out. Now we bring Demario Davis, who led the NFL in tackles last year with 129 tackles. And you bring him here, and you leave Manti Te'o at the mic, and now you say, you know what, Demario, you're athletic, we're just going to move you to the world. No. Keep him at the mic. Look, just put Te'o behind him. And when we run a 3-4, put them both in there. That's the problem I got with our defense, because I think when Demario's at the Mike linebacker, he's getting everybody lined up. He can run sideline to sideline. I just think he's not used to his attributes when you got him at the world linebacker.
And to piggyback off of that, Craig Robinson needs to be on the field.
That's what Torium just said. Torium said, "Where's Craig Robinson?"
Who's a tackling machine?
Because Craig Robinson showed you that, all right, I wasn't brought here to be the starting middle linebacker, but I started for you at the middle linebacker. I led the team in tackle. All right, you ain't got another guy. You know, you move it to the outside. Guess what? I still led the team in tackles on the outside. I can help alleviate the pain of this middle linebacker. Those two guys need to be on the field at the same time. What that does, it helps the secondary. Because look, Ken Crawley is starting to look like that rookie Ken Crawley.
Right.
Yeah.
Mainly because we're not getting no pressure on the quarterback.
Right. He's giving up 2 big plays in 2 games consistently.
I don't care.
Past 2 games.
I don't care what quarterback that is back there. It could be Tom Brady and Drew Brees had a love child together, and that's what you got standing back there. Or you can have Ty Dibner. They ain't got no time. It's gonna happen.
I think our best set of linebackers that should be on the field, and I've said this before the season, if these 3 linebackers was on the field at all times, we were going to be dangerous with our linebacker coach. Anzalone, Craig Robinson, and Demario Davis. Those 3 linebackers, bro. I mean, you got them on the field to go with Cam Jordan, Rankins, Tyler Davis, and Onyemata, whichever one, and Davenport or Okafor.
Or Hickerson, whatever you
want
to
rotate. That's a nice front 7. I just think that we got to make a decision now to put Demario Davis back in the mic. And I wonder why some of the media that's at these press conferences and after the game with Sean Payton, why is nobody asking this question?
Because they're not fans, G. They're not us.
And even when Stephon Anthony was here, I never heard nobody ask that question. Why is Stephon Anthony, after he just led your team in tackles with 100+ tackles, you move him to the wheel? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Ariel Kimber said Crawley can take a seat.
No.
I don't have a problem with Crawley.
No, because
ask Antonio Coleman. He don't have a problem with it either.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with that.
And Deshaun Jackson.
Here's the problem with that. You know what? It got to be a special day FanView. We got the first couple on FanView for the first time together at the same time. Man, I feel good.
Crawley can take a seat.
But here's the problem.
Give him a touchdown. Give him 6.
You take Crawley out. Who you gonna put there? Patrick Robinson needs to stay where he at in the slot.
P.J. Williams is the one they probably would put right there.
And you see what that gets you. He's better in the slot, but he's not gonna beat out Patrick Robinson, and you're not gonna put Arthur Millette out there. The problem is we got out of the 5 cornerbacks that we got on the team, 3 of them are slot guys.
Now, Sony Terry Dora said Crawley is too old. We need to replace him.
Hold on, let me Sonya Terry Dory. You shouldn't even put that. That just clearly shows that you're not a Saints fan. Yeah. Because Crawley is going into his 2nd year. So,
Third year.
30 out of Georgia Tech.
Tomato. He's not old, so I don't even know why
the boy barely 25.
I don't even know why you said that.
He's getting roasted like he's 40.
But Stanley Reed II makes a great point. It don't matter if you got Deion Sanders or Charles Woodson at corners. No pass rush. equals completions. That's just the truth. And that's the thing. See, Crawley, even Lattimore ain't been looking like him so.
And Torrance said we need more pressure from our D tackles.
If you gotta defend somebody for 4 to 5 seconds in the NFL, you want against the greatest athletes in the world. Man, like he said, Deion cannot guard nobody for no 5 to 6 seconds, bro. It ain't gonna happen. We gotta get a pass rush. Now, Cam Jordan did have 2 sacks on Sunday. Sheldon Rankins had a sack. And that was critical sacks when we got those sacks. But like I said, I don't have a problem with Crawley. A lot of the plays Crawley got messed up when he got passes caught on him. He was in position. So was Lattimore. They just not making a play. I think you see those guys get better and better as the season goes. I like our unit. I love Kurt Coleman as a veteran. I love what Von Bell is doing. I love what Marcus Williams is doing. We're fine. And like I say, week 1 against the Buccaneers,
they got no pressure.
Fitzgerald played out his mind. We didn't have no pressure, and I seen a lot of miscommunication on that back end in week 1.
He played out his mind twice.
But this is the thing. Here's the thing with people.
Rankins needs to step up. I would agree with that. Sheldon Rankins needs to step up.
He's playing great. What are you talking about? Man, see, y'all don't understand. See, this is the thing.
People think if you don't get a sack, you're not playing good.
This is the thing, what y'all don't understand, and y'all don't understand about the D-line play. First of all, Cam Jordan is getting triple team. That's where the slide goes. The second thing is Sheldon Rankins got to go up against a double team every play. He doesn't get he's not getting the one-on-one blocks. That's just facts. All right? Look, quarterback pressure is just as good as a sack. Moving the quarterback off his mark is just as good as a sack. Mm-hmm. That's what they did to Tyrod Taylor. The problem was they wasn't getting enough hits on him to disturb his rhythm. Now, that's when the defense coordinator got to say, you know what? All right, Foles not getting it. And look what Greg Williams did. Look, I got Myles Garrett over here. He's not getting it through. Guess what? I'm gonna send more people that can. Get hits on the quarterback. You got to stop staying safe. And this is the same thing that happened to us last year. Ever since Dennis Allen's been in DC, the defense has started off slow, and then they hit their stride. I think as the defense, is mainly because we're young, when the offense is going, the defense plays at a whole nother level for the simple fact they feed off of energy. These young guys, most of them, they're not vets yet. Kurt Coleman is the vet.
Yeah.
Cam Jordan. Those are 2 guys that can say, all right, every down I can get up and go. DeMar Davis, as good as he is, he's 26 years old. He's still young. He hasn't reached that, all right, let's play. That, I'm saying, I'm going to play now. But when you get the offense rolling, the defense played out of their mind. And that was last year. Just think about how bad we started off against Minnesota in the playoff game. Offense started rolling, defense stepped up out of their mind. Of course, we know what happened at the end, but that shows you what our defense doing. If I'm Sean Payton, get the ball every time, go ahead and score, get the juice flowing.
Marty B says, talk about Drew missing 3 touchdowns Sundays.
Come on, man.
Talk about that.
I mean, bro, look, the man not perfect.
He underthrew 10 again. He overthrew Ben Watson. Those are 2. I forget what the third one at.
Who you want starting then? You want Teddy Bridgewater or
people? Like I've been saying, bro. Drew Brees is such a great quarterback and been so great to the city of New Orleans and so great to this franchise. People hold him to a standard that's way above his means. And when he doesn't play like Superman, like a super ninja, people won't critique him. Listen, I guarantee you this. It got 31 other teams. I'm gonna say 29. He got 29 other teams in the NFL would love to have Drew Brees at the helm. Guess what? He missed a couple throws on Sunday, but man, Drew Brees had a hell of a game, and he has yet to throw an interception this season. Just saying.
Fact.
Just saying.
Hard to argue down.
Man,
I'm not trying to replace him.
Look, he did
overthrow Ben Watson underthrew again.
And I'm gonna take you a little back down memory lane. We played the Dolphins in the 09 season when we won the Super Bowl. Drew Brees played his worst game in the Saints uniform.
Right.
All right. He played his worst game in the Saints uniform. Then on top of that, he came back and led us. Yeah. Any other quarterback that we had on the roster, we canceled that winning streak at that time. It'd have been over. We'd have been stuck at 9-0. All right. He came back and look. He's gonna have bad game. Every pro has bad game. Guess what? They humans. They wake up and put your pants on and drawers on just like we do. All right? You don't have a perfect day every day. Don't expect these players to have a perfect day every day. That's just facts.
There's a lot of comments in here, man. I don't know if I can get to all of them. Shannon Roteman said, cornerbacks always play always for most of the part. Reflect these line. No pressure means what? No one in the league gonna cover that long and get that pressure, boys. Disrupting timing, and that leads to big plays on the back end. Which,
man, man, Josh Chapman, what is you smoking?
Gambling won the Super Bowl in 2009. You gotta stop. He gotta be stopped.
I am puzzled.
Gotta be stopped. He gotta be stopped. Marty B says, you right, GSportz, but he overthrew Ted again twice. I'm just saying, bro.
He did. Hey,
he did.
Listen, when you got somebody like Ted again, you gotta throw it in and you gotta expect him to go get that. But what about the one he threw to Austin Carr? You want to talk about that? Austin Carr should have caught that one for a touchdown. We ain't gonna talk about that, though.
Just saying. Talk about Michael Thomas fumbling.
And Ted again fumbled.
Hey.
And Michael Thomas fumble in week 1 was a critical fumble.
But hey, the end of the game, man, y'all, we won. We could have been 0-2, but goddammit, we 1-1. We could have been the first team that the Cleveland Browns beat, but guess what? We ain't got that monkey on our back, all right? Be happy, goddammit. You could beat the damn New York Jets tonight.
Just facts, huh? Hey, just the facts, huh?
Just letting you know.
Just letting you know, huh? Thank you, Gonzalez. Thank you, Gonzalez.
We definitely had a 4-leaf clover in our back pocket in the dome Sunday.
Man, I tell you what. See, Gonzalez. I'm gonna tell you what happened, man. Gonzalez,
he was cut, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what happened, man. He was a rookie, first time ever in New Orleans. Went to Bourbon Street, said, "Oh no, I just got a kick. It ain't gonna be close. I just got a kick. Oh man, what's these hand grenades? What? They 2 for 5 shots? I got you, man. What's this? What's this charbroiled oysters you speak of? What? Send them to the room. Oh, man, we play at 12. This is easy. Oh, man, I'm going to sleep. It's 3 o'clock. I just got a kick. I'm good. I almost missed the shuttle to the field. But guess what? They got Uber. I'm good. Guess what happened?
You ain't good.
2 field goals and 2 extra points, baby. And guess what you at? Unemployment line.
Hey, I just want to put this out there to people that like to critique Drew. You know, I see this all over Twitter and I see this all over social media all the time. People that like to just nitpick everything that Drew does. In the 2 games this season, you know Drew Brees has an 81.5% completion rate for 682 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Stay woke.
Oh, you commentating.
I'm speaking facts.
Now, if he stays at that pace, not only he shatter his record of 72.6, but right now he's 9 points higher.
81.5% completion rate. Stay woke, man. Come on, man. What y'all talking about, man? Talking about this man miss a couple touchdowns. Man, come on, man.
You know what they is?
Did Jordan make every mid-range jumper? Did he make every fadeaway? I don't think so.
They got fans that believe he did.
You know? That's what happened when you are great, you cannot mess up.
Man,
that's just the standards people hold you to.
Look, man,
it's ridiculous.
Madden 19 out right now. 2K19 out right now, correct?
Right.
You go create a 99 overall player in every facet. You tell me that motherfucker don't have a completion, fumble, interception, missed shot, missed dunk, you name it, they got it. If the creator player can't hit it, Drew can't hit them all either, baby.
Yeah. Shannon Rodman makes a good point. He said, how about Williams' pick last week? Great to see. He needed that. Great for his confidence. He had a good camp. Huge play for us last week. Felt like it got overlooked a little bit. Not to me, because I thought that was a key moment in the game that changed the complexion of the game. That
was needed.
That was around the time when we were trying to make that comeback. So that's a great point by Shannon Rodman, man. I think that Marcus Williams is playing phenomenal this year. I think that kid. Yeah.
You want to use that word?
Yeah, man. Look, see, this is where I be questioning your football IQ sometimes.
He gave him 3 touchdowns so far this year.
What you mean? He's the safety.
This the issue. This the issue I got. This the issue I got with people like you. You know, y'all watch the game. You don't know if they was in cover 2, cover 3. You don't know if his job was to play the middle of the field and then Crawley's supposed to have deep third. You don't know what's going on.
So it's his job when he got the pick, but so it wasn't his job when Deshaun Jackson beat him for a touchdown.
I'm just saying.
He wasn't one-on-one with him. If you know this, Chris Crawley beat him.
And listen, y'all talking about you talking about 1 or 2. Guess what? In a game of football, especially when you play in the secondary, you gotta have a short-term memory. Sometimes you're gonna get beat. It's gonna happen, bro. But for the most part, Marcus Williams been balling. I watched this game closely, bro. I'm a student of the game. I watch how this guy propel. I watch him on every snap. This guy has been playing great this year.
I just said the word phenomenal. I use the word
phenomenal, great, terrific, fantastic. I don't know how many more words you want me to use. Yes, he is grading out as one of as probably the top 10 safeties in the league right now.
I'm gonna tell you that. The biggest problem with a lot of fans that think they know the sport, look at stats to validize how good a person is playing. Because I can tell you, Marcus Williams right now, if you just by the 2 games out, if you just go by the 2 games that's been played, he's top 5 in the league. And grading wise. He's always in the right position.
We got to see Pro Football Focus. They do a great job of grading players.
Yeah.
I bet he's in the top 10.
I bet you, and I tell you this, I
have a subscription for him.
I guarantee
get that subscription.
Hey, look, and I guarantee you, he's higher than Landon Collins, who's quote unquote better than him.
Marcus Williams is going to be one of the better.
That Giants secondary has been bad.
Marcus Williams is going to be one of the better free safeties in this league for a long time.
I think as the season go on, he's going to start making more plays.
Just saying.
I just think starting off the
and
first
he's only
games,
22 years old.
Starting off right now, he's giving up some plays.
Only thing I want to see him change his number.
No, I will say
43.
I like 43.
I will say this before we switch something. I will say this. One of the key components that's overlooked too is the Saints have been here before. They're Super Bowl. Even though we got one, they won a Super Bowl. Sean Payton's a Super Bowl winning coach. This team knows how to win. The Browns are probably one of the most talented teams on paper there is. And they're going to win some games, but they still don't know how to win.
They don't know how to win yet.
If they know,
they don't know how to win yet.
If this was a Brown team that we're playing later in the season, we'd have lost this game. And that's just fact.
That's probably they probably figure out the winning bug. They probably had got a couple of dubs underneath their belt. Right now, they hasn't won since I think December 2016. They just haven't figured out how to win.
Right.
They should have beat Pittsburgh. They didn't figure out how to win that game. They should have beat the Saints. They didn't figure out how to win that game. They have a very talented roster, very talented team.
Now, Teron Weathersby says, what's going on with Von Bell? He's not the same Bell from college, just my opinion. You know why?
He ain't college.
Nah, man, he better than what he is in college.
Von Bell played free in college. They got him playing strong for the Saints. And in college, he was able to roam over the top and be a ball hawk. He's not asked to do that for the Saints. See, y'all got to start paying attention to what these people doing. And look, I think he's playing pretty good. He's playing
better because you got.
He's playing pretty good.
In college, he had Lattimore, Hooker, and Conley. Well, shit. And Joey.
And you got that pass rush.
And Joey. Come on,
bro. I'm going to tell y'all something. When you got a pass rush,
Eli Apple too. Don't forget about Eli Apple.
When you got a pass rush, you're going to look good in the secondary because you're only guarding somebody for 1 to 2 seconds.
And you ask the quarterback to make a perfect pass. So it's either look, it's hard to make a perfect pass when you get hit.
Hey, don't forget about that man, Joey Bosa.
The ball's going to either sail or the ball's going to come short.
And the best thing Von Bell did was change his number from 48 to 22. 48 just wasn't doing it for him.
Get off the numbers.
Get off the numbers.
You on these numbers.
Man, you look good, you play good.
I don't believe that shit.
Moving on.
Because you look at some of the old school players that was real good, they looked horrible.
You're not running light.
You see Kevin Green?
That 48 bad.
You see Kevin Green?
The 48 is bad.
You see how Jerry Rice used to look?
With the 91?
At least he had a D-line number.
You see how they used to look? Deacon Jones? Shit. You can't tell me Earl Campbell looking good.
Back then, you just put your stuff on, though. You just put your stuff on and go play.
Motherfucker had Jerry Curl activated juice falling on in his hair.
Nah, man. When you
all in his eyes. Look at Walter Payton.
Nah, man. When we got a camera in every corner of the stadium, you got to look good, baby. It's marketing. It's bigger than Nino Brown.
Khalil Mack don't look good.
You need the visor, baby. You need that visor.
Look, Khalil Mack ain't got none of that extra shit, but he whooping ass.
Boy, Khalil Mack look good out there.
Khalil Mack look like a fucking super player.
He like a
chiseled
guy. Man, he got the wristbands right here. He got the guns, man. Hispanic.
No homo. The kid looks good. That's about it. He got.
Well, what's up, everybody? This boy, Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHayoU15.
Listen, this is your boy Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFred Jones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money. money.
Look good. We ready, baby. All right, y'all, look. Got to shift gears. We had another exciting game this past Saturday. LSU, Auburn. Down there in Auburn.
Yeah.
For people who do not know, I think Auburn have won, if I'm correct, I think they won maybe 15 or 16 consecutive home games. So people thought that Auburn actually was going to win this game when they were up in the fourth quarter, but LSU shocked the world.
Didn't you call Auburn for a win too?
I
last
did.
Week? Oh, okay.
I called before a win.
G, who you called for a win last week?
Called before a win.
We didn't talk about Auburn LSU.
But I had them winning the game.
But I mean, I did think Auburn was gonna win the game.
I thought Auburn was gonna win the game.
I did think Auburn.
I think the change in momentum with the game was that Joe Ballworth threw the pass to Derek Dillon, and he ran for the 70-yard touchdown. You know, good throw, better catch. Great run down the football field. Man, game came down to the wire. Big time win, big time kick. You know, from the kid from Assumption, from the D2 school, to help LSU win that game against Auburn. Man, for people who are still tuning in, you have to think LSU now, after beating Miami. I know we had Southeastern in the middle, but now you beat it 2 top 10 teams in the country. Is LSU worthy of being a top 5 team in the country? Starting off at 25, moving all the way up to number 6. Should they be in the top 5?
Yeah, I mean, they beat Auburn, who was a top 10 team. Then you beat Miami, who was a top 10 team. Wasn't they top 10 or top?
Miami was 8.
It was 8, top 10 team. I mean, you're damn right they deserve to be at number 6 right now. But don't drink the Kool-Aid. Do not.
It's a lot of sugar, G.
Do not
we
drink
drink sugar and Kool-Aid,
Do not
G.
drink the Kool-Aid. The writing is on the wall right now because, you know, it's just like the Saints. When you start getting all caught up and all excited and talking about national championship and stuff like that, and these people got a chance to win a natty, that's when LSU will let you down. Please go into the rest of this season feeling like they still got to improve. And I like the approach that Ed Orgeron is taking. If you hear him talking in his interviews and everything, he keeps saying, we still got to improve. We still got to improve. We still not where we want to be. We still got a long way to go. He's not drinking the Kool-Aid. He understands what's at stake right now.
Go Tigers.
Hold that title. You know what I'm saying? But the game Saturday, I watched it from start to finish. I was very impressed with, you know, the adversity that LSU showed in that game. You know, you went up 10-0, and then you let Auburn storm back and score 21 unanswered. You know, when they went scored 21 unanswered, I said it's over. It's a wrap. But LSU found a way to win. Greedy Williams came up with that was a timely interception.
Right.
To put LSU back in position to get back in this game. I think one of the most impressive things about this win was LSU didn't really run the ball particularly well. They didn't. Brissett finished the game with 69 yards rushing. He led them in rushing. 3.6 yards a carry. You know what I'm saying? And when do you see LSU win games like this against a team of Auburn's caliber, especially on the road, and only rushing for them low amount of yards.
Right.
3.6 yards a carry, but they found a way to win. Joe Burrow, even though his completion percentage wasn't that good, he still threw for 249 and a big touchdown to Dillon. And I'm talking about that throw. I mean, I don't know if Peyton Manning could have made that throw.
He doing the coverage.
That's how good of a throw that was. And Derek Dillon made the rest happen. That changed the whole complexion of the game. But the key thing about Joe Burrow, didn't turn the ball over. Ball security has been big for the LSU Tigers these last 3 to 4 weeks because Nick Brissett, you know, he rushed the ball 19 times. He didn't fumble the ball. Clyde Ellis, he didn't fumble the ball. Joe Burrow, you seen more often than not, and he said it in the press conference. He said, "Yeah, I know my completion percentage wasn't that good." He said, "But I made sure if I threw the ball to where either they was gonna catch it, or it was gonna go out of bounds, or it was gonna be an incomplete pass." And that's the kind of mindset that you gotta have when you playing quarterback. You know, don't be a risk taker all the time. And Joe Burrow did that. And sometimes you're gonna have games where your completion percentage is not that good, but you're not turning the ball over and you're still keeping your team in a position to win the game. Because we all know Stedman's a better quarterback, but Stedman is a risk taker. And you saw that on Saturday, and that's why he threw the 2 interceptions, one to Dale Pitt and one to Greedy Williams. And that helped LSU in the game. Going forward, I think LSU is in great position to do something special because you know why? Their 2 hardest games are in Death Valley, baby. You got Georgia at home. You got Alabama at home. I'm not saying they're going to win those games, but I feel real good about playing those 2 teams in Death Valley at night with the momentum that's going to be going into those games because I think LSU don't lose a game until they get to that Georgia game, and who knows what happens. So, I know they play Florida. I think they play Florida on the road.
They're on the road.
And I just think what Dan Mullen is doing, it's not going to be ready. It's not going to be ready until probably next year or the year after. I mean, what they trying to do down there in Florida, I mean, they just lost to Kentucky, for God's sake. I mean, Kentucky first time beating Florida in over, I don't know how many years. But I think LSU is in a good position to do something special this year. If they can go into that Georgia, game undefeated, who knows what happens. And everybody know when you play LSU down there in Death Valley at night, anything, and I mean anything can happen. Then now you know that Joe Burrow is going to be having more confidence by them. You know the receiving coach is going to be gelling by them. Nick Brissett going to be in more of a rhythm. You know David Randall going to have that defense flying around the ball. And I'm telling you, man, Lawrence, Devin White, Dale Pitt, Greedy Williams and those guys, that defense is stout. They stout, and they young. I like the way they rotate that D-line with Logan and Ed Alexander and those guys, Andre Anthony. They got a lot of people they could put on the field. Phillips at linebacker, Patrick Queen. They just got a lot of different people. This young
Michael Divinity,
a guy for you guys. They got a lot of different people they can rotate in. They got a lot of depth. They playing a lot of young guys. LSU has been very impressive to me. But like I said, I'm not gonna drink the Kool-Aid. I still don't think they're better than Alabama. I still don't think they're better than Georgia. But when you play them guys at home in Death Valley in a night game, anything can happen. So we gonna see.
Got high hopes for you, LSU. We gonna see. Coach Hen.
Man, look here, man. Didn't nobody give us a chance. Not no damn body. But I told y'all before the season started. When we talked about the top 5 programs going into the season, I said LSU was gonna be up there. Oh, I got ragged on. And did I get ragged on? Well, God damn it, look where we are now.
3 games later.
Look where we are now.
Top 6.
Why? Because I seen the approach that Ed Ogeron's been taking. I seen the approach that Dave Aranda's been taking. Look, I seen the approach that Corey Raymond, who was phenomenal as a secondary coach, just talked to him. I said, man, coach, man, how does it feel to have somebody else come in? He said, at first, I ain't lying. No man want nobody else come here. He said, but then I looked at the bigger picture. Coach Aranda's opening up his playbook to do more things. That's a lot to try to get 8 people who's going to play for us this year who never played to get ready for it. So just to focus on the cornerbacks and just the cornerbacks to get them ready, that's a benefit for the team as itself.
Right.
I watched the work that Coach Dennis Johnson been putting in with the D-line to get a 7-man rotation ready to go. You lose your best one-on-one pass rusher in the first game of the season. That ain't stopped you. Then,
I thought that was going to really hurt them against Auburn because I'm like, Stedman, he's a good quarterback. You don't want to give him time to be able to set up and make throws on the field. I thought losing Shotson was going to be critical in this game for them. And Andre Anthony stepped up though.
Losing Chase on was a hit. Was a hit. You know what I'm saying? But look, I think the credit goes to the offensive line of LSU. Auburn has it's like number 3 or 4, depending on how you look at it. One of the best unit for the defensive line out there. They get to the quarterback without blitzing anybody. When you can't get to the quarterback without blitzing everybody, look, they secondary is horrible. Their secondary is horrible. But Kevin still had to start blitzing. He started sitting 7, 6 on a consistent basis because he couldn't get pressure with 4. What did that do? That's a testament of how Ed Orgeron practices his team. The ones go against the ones. So you don't have Sadiq Charles, Lloyd Cushenberry, Garrett Brumfield, Austin Deculus. You don't have them going up against the threes and the guys that's gray shirted that don't have a scholarship. They're going up against Rashad Lawrence, Ed Alexander, Brendan Fahoku, Glenn Logan, Tyler Shelf. They're going up against the best that they got, and it showed. Look,
that's a tough group to go against.
Look, and I'm a big component of iron sharpens iron. So look, Rashad Lawrence is a phenomenal talent. I think he's underrated far as the exposure that he gets on a global level because of the units that some of these other guys play in.
Right.
But he is phenomenal. He goes anywhere in the country and starts.
But I think that in LSU's defense, if you go back over the history and you talk about the interior linemen, they never get that exposure. And I think it's because the type of defense they play with their linemen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go back to Brockers. People like Brockers. Glenn Dorsey is probably the only one that really got the exposure that he deserved.
Well, to be honest,
Brockers was phenomenal.
The worst of the
Tyson Jackson.
The worst of the crew got the most exposure.
Montgomery. Another one.
Sam Montgomery.
The worst of the crew got the most exposure. That was Chad Leverley.
Chad Leverley, yeah.
Chad Leverley got all the
exposure.
Him and Glenn Dorsey probably got the most exposure.
And rightfully so. But you talk
one
about
of the better ones being Marquise Hill at the time when he was on that team.
You talk about Marquise Hill not getting no exposure. You talk about Marcus Spears not getting no exposure.
I don't know, but Marcus Spears got some exposure though.
He was a first round pick, but he didn't get his exposure to going into the bowl season. Was like when you get them extra practices, and they was playing in the premium bowl game. So all the media's they're like, we know about him. Who is that guy? Marcus Smith. Y'all about to play Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? What are y'all gonna do against this all world? You gotta see Marcus Spears play.
Right.
Find out.
Right.
And then Oklahoma and Jason White found out. It's time and time like that again. But I think the biggest thing outside the offensive line that handled that defensive line phenomenally well, and they're young. They're only going to get better. The biggest thing was the trust on the coaching staff. Steve Ensminger has the trust of Ed Orgeron. David Aranda has the trust of Ed Orgeron. When you go to LSU practice, you look at the scoreboard, they're always down. They're down by a lot. Like, he'll start the practice off, it's 28-0. Dig yourself out the hole. You know what I'm saying? And it was when they went up when the 21 points scored, you heard the announcement, well, this is the game that we expected and all that stuff. This is what we thought would happen. You look on the sideline, there's no panic, not nobody face on the LSU sideline. Why? They prepare for this one. They here. And last year we wouldn't have done this because Canada didn't have the same philosophy as Orgeron. It was too much. It was too much. It was personal. They didn't like each other personally. It's not the guy that Ed wanted. It was kind of drawn on by Joel Lee. But see, this whole staff is like handpicked it and got an Ed Orgeron stamp approval. It's trust there. It's camaraderie there. And then, how about the biggest player of the game coming from the person that Ed got the most slack from? You wasted a scholarship on a kicker that could have went to this 2019 class that would have helped you, and especially as much talent you got in Louisiana coming out, as nice as this 2019 class is nationally, you're going to throw your extra scholarship away to a kicker. Why? Why would you? Why would you? You must be crazy. And Orgeron is not the right person for the job. Boom, 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 boom. Cole Tracy, game winner.
8 of 9 on a year, with his longest being 54.
Now you know why.
And look at it. And one of those, that's why I say you never question a coach until you see what he's fully capable of. Was he the sexiest name? No. He still doesn't even have his whole team yet. He got the job late, couldn't finish out the recruit, trying to piece together. He was, it wasn't the recruit board that he set up. Guess what? But look at this 2019 class. Look how it's setting up for him. Look how he started up. Judge him by next year.
And 2020 looking pretty good.
Yeah.
2020 looking pretty good too. I mean, then you got when you get Derek Stingley. I mean, to stay home, which they haven't been able to do in years past.
You get caught.
That's big for the boosters, the alumni.
You get Cardell to stay. You then you reach into other people's backyard. You go take the best quarterback out of Alabama. You go get the best player out of Texas. And these guys haven't wavered.
And I'm gonna say this, and I don't want to sound like I'm disrespecting the backfield of LSU because I'm not. I think Nick Brissett and Clyde Edwards-Helaire are good players. Even Chris Curry, the freshman from Florida.
Right.
But this is not
LSU
a typical
backfield.
running back backfield
for LSU
that LSU is used to. They used to having studs back there. And I think that if LSU would have had a player like Cam Akers back there, I think that would put them at another level. You know what I'm saying? It'll put them at another level. But when you don't have a guy like that, because when they play Bama, I'm gonna tell you what Bama gonna say. Look,
beat us
running the ball. Beat us running the ball because I don't respect Nick Brissett and I don't respect Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That's what they're gonna do because I think that Joe Burrow is gonna be. But once they get to Bama, he's gonna be real comfortable with those receivers and stuff like that because Justin Jefferson look like he's coming into his own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know Jamar Chase and Terrence Marshall and Giles and
Sullivan.
Sullivan. I mean, they got a lot of people to dispose. So
Thaddeus Marshall gonna play his first game this week.
I guarantee you, Bama gonna be like this. Man, run the ball. Run the ball. And I think that's where if LSU had a player like Cam Akers, I think that would put him at another level.
But to piggyback off what you said real quick, that shows you the difference of importance that Ed Orgeron focuses on with recruiting. Les Miles, like, all right, we got the luster of LSU will reel them in. The luster of LSU will reel them in. We can sleep on these guys and they'll come late. I.e. Meek Robinson. I.e. Apuka Williams. I.e. Travis Etienne and Cam Akers. Well, then you lose that. You lose less. All right. Ed is the interim head guy. He doesn't get the head job until the dead period. Right. So he gets the head job and he still can't talk to no recruits. Then he has to prepare for a bowl game and the recruit cycle opens up in the lab. So by that time, look, Puka, I got cancers. These other guys, I got this, I got that. He's trying to mend fences up. It's by that time it's too little, too late.
Right.
Understandably so. With a decision this big.
Right.
So now look at what he's doing now. Stingley decommitted. Like, oh man, you gonna look up. Shit, he back in the fold. Up, Cardell's in the fold. Up, Tyree Davis up in the fold. Up, Marshall Brooks up in the fold. Up, boom, boom.
Trey Palmer.
You know what I'm saying? Trey Palmer for. Oh man, we lost out on John Emery. Now when you first heard when he committed, it was like, oh yeah, it's 110%.
But I mean, if you
and now you hear like, oh, that's a Jamal Chase type recruitment process. Noah Kane did a.
If Noah Kane commits to LSU, the John Emery, losing John Emery is not a big deal anymore. Right. And Noah Kane's from Baton Rouge. Yeah. I just found that out about in the summertime.
Yeah, he
I want to read some of the comments. Like Joshua Chapman says, I predict LSU beats Georgia. The Mississippi State game will be a sleeper. And he said also Jake Fromm looks good.
You do.
And also talking about the Georgia game is going to be a tough game.
I mean, we said it.
Right.
But it's in Death Valley, so I like,
It's going to remind people of the old Florida and LSU rivalry back when Florida had Chris Leak and Tebow. And they had to come to Death Valley at night.
Yeah.
That's when LSU got like fourth down conversions.
Right.
Skylar Green with a touchdown.
No, I'm talking about when Urban Meyer was there.
What you talking about?
When we had Jacob Hester.
Yeah.
When they had Jacob Hester, they went for it like on fourth down like three times against Florida and got it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, man, LSU, I am overly impressed with them. I didn't think that right now they would be sitting at being undefeated right now. I could respectfully say that I was wrong. And I'm glad I'm wrong. I never root against LSU. I'm a Michigan fan, but I never root against LSU.
And I appreciate
I never root
that.
against LSU. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it is what it is.
I appreciate it about you.
Switch your gears.
Man, listen, we're gonna get ready to switch gears right quick. We got a quick little promo gonna be coming up, but you know, if I'm right, our guest caller's gonna be online. We'll get to that interview. If not, cover a little high school.
Well, what's up, everybody? This is boy Coach Hurricane here. You can follow me on Facebook at Henry Singleton or on Twitter at HenryHayoU15.
Listen, this your boy Fred. Listen, you can follow me on Facebook at Brandon Fred Jones, or you can follow me on Twitter at BFred Jones.
This is Jeremiah Gray, man, with GSportz. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeremiah Gray, A.K.A, and on Twitter, G_paid in full 08.
Pay me the money. money.
That's what I just kept checking for.
All right. We're back, folks. Welcome back, FanView Real Fans Talk. For people who tuning into us, listen, y'all can tune into us also on Twitter at FanView NOLA. You can tune into us also on Instagram at FanView Live. Y'all already know to check us out on Facebook, FanView Live, man. We on here each and every Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. We got a lot to talk about. If you're looking for somebody who say, man, I'm looking for that page where I can get involved in sports, me as a fan, make sure they find this page.
And Joshua Shows want us to know that Carter 5 drops tonight. We in New Orleans, baby. You don't think we know?
Midnight, baby. Midnight, baby.
Hopefully it's better than we've been seeing as of late.
Yeah,
baby, because he
I hope it's better than his new dreads.
His new dread is bad. You gotta cut that off.
Terrible.
It's bad.
Terrible.
It's all over the place.
I hope it's
Wayne all over the place.
I hope it's as good as his baby mama's. That's a hell of a lineup, baby.
Livia.
Man, London.
Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord,
No,
baby.
no.
Yeah, Carter 5 drops tonight. Yeah, 12 o'clock, baby. I'll be up, baby. You'll see me tweet. Because I'm going to give Weezy my hour.
I give Weezy time on Saturday. I got a game.
I understand. We get it. I'm going to get my hour, I'm going to get my tweets, and I'm going to go my ass in. Well, listen, I want to get to some of these talks about what was the big time game in high school football last week in Louisiana? Was it?
It had a lot. Last week we had
Destrehan
and John Everett. That went down to the wire. I think with the score was 36-38 or something like that, or 28-26, something like that. I mean, you had a bevy of Division I athletes all over the field. Two great programs. John Everett is showing that do not sleep on him to make a run in this 580 show. Marcus Scott and the new defensive coordinator they got from Romo Corday Hankton is making a difference in that program. And we all know Eric will always have talent. It's all about what you're going to do when you get that talent underneath you. And I think they're doing a great job as of late.
Especially with the fact getting a new head coach from last year, Corey.
Right. And I think they weathered the storm thus far. You know, they beat Hornville, they beat Destrehan. I don't know who they played this week. I can't remember. But I think they run through their district. You know, Landry Walker is not the usual Landry Walker, so I think Landry Walker was the only team in that district that could kind of give him a push. You know what I'm saying? So don't be surprised if John Everett run the table and possibly be a number 1, number 2 seed going into the playoffs. Travis Mumphrey is playing phenomenal. That kid had 6 touchdowns last week. We accounted for 6 touchdowns last week. He's been playing great. Committed to UNLV. They just doing a great job, and they got the best linebacker in the state, Dante Starks. This kid is going to be great at LSU. That's another kid we forgot to talk about.
LSU.
I mean, he's probably be another Devin White. You know what I'm saying?
Especially since Devin's going to be going in the bag.
Yeah, in the bag. Yeah. So it was great. Carl played De La Salle. That was a good. I mean, I know, of course, Bryce don't want me to say it, but it was a good revenge game from last year.
I thought you were about to say it was a good game, but I see the scope.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good revenge game with a 35-7.
Yeah.
Something like that. He put the tools in the last 4, 5, 6 minutes of the game.
How good has Ronnie Johnson been this year?
Ronnie Jackson.
I don't know why I would call him Johnson. Ronnie Jackson, like, him and Ahmad has always been like neck for neck, but to me now it's like Ronnie's clear cut the better runner, and that's no knock.
So am I. Right,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. But it's just like Ronnie is like he got a little faster. He's got bigger. You know, he's starting to. He's like that workload type back now.
Yeah, I think Ronnie is clearly putting the state on notice that he is one of the better running backs in the league. No, he's not gonna come out and run a 4.4, 4.5, but this kid's gonna run through your face, and he's gonna punish you all night long. And when he gets to the second level, nobody's gonna want to tackle him. He's been playing great. Amaya Antoine's been playing great too, man. I don't think he gets as many opportunities as Ronnie, but Amaya's phenomenal too. Both of those guys has a plethora of Division I offers, and whatever school decides to,
you're getting a great talent.
Yeah, you get a great talent.
Not only are you getting a great kid, because at Nicole they teach these kids what it takes to be not just to be a great football athlete, but to be a great student.
Yeah,
and that's what's important.
And one thing I just want to say just about Ronnie, for the coaches or for any outside media who like talk to him, don't be intimidated by his tone. He sounds like a typical kid from New Orleans. Talking to him, you might get thrown off, especially if you're not from around here.
Believe that, you
know what I'm saying? His is deep. You know what I'm saying? His is deep. But, man, you talk to him, man, his football IQ is phenomenal. He's a good kid. Like, he's a real good kid. He'll sit there and talk to you. He'll clown with you respectfully. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those kids, like, you meet him one time, and you act like he know you your whole life. Once you sit there and start talking football with him, he's a real good kid. And
I want to touch on a team that I think I'm gonna say it early. I don't like to wait till week 9, week 8 into the season to start saying stuff like this. But a team to look out for, the Walker Wildcats out of Baton Rouge. I'm telling y'all right now, I think this team has a good chance to make a run. They sitting at 3-0 right now. They play Parkview Baptist this week. I'm pretty sure they should win that game if they play the way they're supposed to play. They lost their head coach, Lester Ricard. A lot of different.
They DC.
Yeah, a lot of different rumors going around about what happened with that situation. I talked to Coach Lester Ricard. He would rather not disclose the things that happened, so we're not going to touch on that. But for them to come out and beat Slidell in a tough one, 40-38, is a good Slidell team, and overcome all that distraction during that week and win that game 40-38 in a nail biter. That says a lot about that program and them coming together as one. They play Parkview back. Like I said, they should win that game. Then they play Schuylerville. But I think the game is going to be the game to look out for on October the 5th when they go to Zachary. That's going to be the game. In my opinion, I think that's the only game they have a chance to lose this year. Every other game, I think they should win. So I got Walker going like 9-1 at the least, 8-2 this year. Watch out for this team. They loaded. They got a kid that plays wide receiver for Walker. His name is Brian Thomas. He's a sophomore. Let me tell y'all something, kid. If you don't know who this is, be on the lookout for this kid, Brian Thomas. He is like that. Big time Division I talent. He's even a bigger talent in basketball. He's going to have a hell of a decision to make by the time his senior year comes. Then you got somebody like Jalen Cook, who's right on side and playing in a slot that plays both ways. He's another phenomenal talent. Got a lot of Division I offers in football and basketball. Got a great quarterback play. Has a great safety in Byron Lockhart. They have a lot of different players on that team that just could play. I think Walker Wildcats is a team to look out for this year at 5E. And I would love to see this team make a run to the Dome this year and meet up with somebody like Eric or John Eric or Zachary down the road. So look out for a team like the Walker Wildcats, man. I think this team is just in a position to make a serious run with all the talent they got.
I see something about Mississippi up there. Shout out to Jefferson Davis County High School from Mississippi. We actually played McComb this past week in Mississippi. So that was a good little trip. Our last pre-district game. That was.
I can't go without giving the tri-comparison a little bit. Central Lafourche, Terrebonne High School, both undefeated in District 7 5A right now.
Terrebonne is the number 2 team in 5A right now.
Yeah. These two teams are looking like they got a chance to do something this year. I would say if you had to ask me my opinion, I would say Terrebonne is the better team out of Central Lafourche and Terrebonne. But Terrebonne, from top to bottom, on paper, they have arguably the most talent on their team in 5A. Now, I'm not saying it's going to translate to a state championship, but far as on paper, and you go out there and you watch these people play, they got talent everywhere on both sides of the ball. We all know they're led by Keyshawn James and Jakad Douglas and Chaz Ward and Big Mason Smith, the big D lineman on the defensive side of the ball, and Anthony Ruffin. They loaded. I think Gary Hill is doing a good job altering those egos and getting everybody in position to be able to make a run in this district. I think you see, especially if Andrew Roberson doesn't get to play the rest of the season, I think you see it come down to week 10 at Destrehan for the district championship in District 7-5E.
So are you counting out the East St. John Wildcats?
I think East St. John, I think they're a year or two away. I think Coach Brandon Brown's doing a great job trying to change the culture over there. But I just think that it's going to take a year or two to get those kids to buy in. But I think when you play them, that's going to be a trap game. You can't go into that game thinking you're going to beat these people. But if Terrebonne play how they supposed to play and East St. John play how they supposed to play, Terrebonne should win that game. And I think, like I said, it's going to come down to week 10 at Destrehan, and Terrebonne going to win that district crown because I don't see anybody else beating them in the district if they play the way they're supposed to play. And that could possibly put Terrebonne in a situation to be a number one, number two, or number 3 seed. And Central LaFourche, they're undefeated right now. I think they're the sleeper. They got a running back, man. Class of 2020.
I thought they lost to De La Salle the first game of the season.
Nah, they're undefeated right now. They're undefeated right now.
South LaFourche played.
Yeah, you think about South LaFourche. Central LaFourche is undefeated right now. They got a running back. His name is Deion Jenkins. He's a junior. This kid rushed for 621 yards and 6 touchdowns against Edie White 2 weeks ago. He's been cutting up against Carver. He had another game for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns. He about to have 1,000 yards in the next week or two.
Jerome, G said y'all ain't gonna win.
Did Jerome hear anything I said?
I'm snitching.
Did he hear anything I said? Maybe he started tuning in toward the end of the conversation. Look, I don't doubt y'all, baby. I just think that on people and at this year, I think y'all year away. I think Brandon Brown got y'all going in the right direction though. I ain't gonna lie. I think next year and the year after, watch out for East St. John. But I just think this year, when you know how it is when you come in, he trying to change the culture.
But he's not new. He's from there.
Yeah, he graduated from East St. John. But I'm saying when you come in and you trying to change the culture, it takes a little while. You know, and no disrespect to what Poochie did, Mr. Coach Foster, before Brandon Brown got there. It's just that the way he did things versus the way Brandon Brown's going to do things is totally different. You got to wean out those bad seeds in the program and get people to buy into what you want to do. I just think that you can't do all that in a year. Now, with that being said, are they capable of beating Destrehan, Hornville, or Terrebonne? Hell yeah. But my opinion, if Destrehan and Terrebonne play their best ball, and East St. John play their best ball, I just think Terrebonne and Destrehan will be on a better half of the stick. That's just my opinion. Now, East St. John might use that as bulletin board material and prove me wrong.
Jerome, so he say y'all stick too short.
We'll see.
We got high hopes for you, brother. We gonna see.
We'll see.
Games got to be played. They got to get played. But now listen, we got to switch gears a little bit. We got to get to some things that happen around the NFL.
Yeah.
Man, for people who don't know, the Patriots made a trade. A lot of people made a lot of ruckus. Made it big time news about this trade. Guy was supposed to be released. Josh Gordon gets traded for a 5th round pick to the Patriots. Now, for some people who don't know, Josh Gordon in 2013 led the league in yards. He had a big time season that year. He was projected to be one of the next up and coming stalwarts in the NFL. Obviously, suspensions has plagued that career. But the Patriots made the last-ditch attempt because the Browns were releasing them for maybe some new information that come out. How better did the Patriots become now that they're trading for Josh Gordon?
Man, he's a phenomenal talent. He gives them something that they won't have even when Julian Edelman comes back, a bona fide guy that can go down the field, that can go up and get it, not named Gronk. It opens up their offense that much more. You got that. You get Julian Edelman back in one more week. You get you have Gronk. You got Philip Dorsett, who this offseason.
Chris Hogan.
You also got
This is second year with the
Second year Patriots.
Philip Dorsett. Yeah. You also got
Still got Chris Hogan.
You got Cordero Patterson too. So what you just did, you just gave the Patriots something that they normally don't have. You gave them speed. And speed stretches the field.
Yeah, athleticism.
So now what you're doing, you forcing Gronk for the one-on-one coverage, and ultimately what they really did this for. This is for the Jaguars. This is for the Jaguars. The Jaguars is a uniquely shaped team where you have 2 shutdown quarterbacks. All right, you have 2 linebackers that can run with 9 times out of 10 most wide receivers. So now what you're saying is like, all right, if y'all want to go man on man, because y'all D-line is the truth, and our offensive line is not as good as y'all D-line. If you want to go man on man with us, now you're going to have to go man on man all across the field and respect what we have to put out there. Because you don't respect Philip Dorsett as a route runner. You don't respect Cordero Patterson as a route runner. You respect their speed. So that's going to be your help over top. But then you got Josh Gordon, who has speed and can go get it and can run routes. That's a problem. Then you got Julian Edelman, who's route running like crazy.
Right.
Now, who the hell you got to left to deal with Gronk? Now, Barry Church did a hell of a job. That's something that I didn't even know he was capable of because he didn't show it because the Cowboys didn't use him as fast. But it was time that they let him cover Gronk one-on-one, and Gronk looked it horrible. But now you just open up the field and took the biggest weight off of his back now. They still don't have a running game, but it's unless you're gonna start feeding Jeremy Hill, I don't know what you signed for them. But this typical Belichick, don't run the ball that much during the regular season. During the postseason, he turned into running the ball 50 times a game. So I think it's a good move for both Cleveland and the Patriots, because Cleveland, I'm a huge component of never let somebody go for free. If you get something in return, now fifth round is not worth the talent that Josh Gordon, but it is worth the trouble. And then you got Antonio Callaway coming up. Hey,
right.
Higgins has been
Rashard Higgins
has been a quiet surprise. And Njoku, you got Juice. So we'll see. You still got Duke and Carlos Hyde.
And the Chubb.
So hey, we'll see what they do.
I look at it like this. You know how the day after Thanksgiving they have Black Friday?
Yeah.
And you can go in there. You can go get your 60-inch for
$5.99
for shit less than that. You can get your 60-inch for like $350.
I was thinking smart TVs.
Huh?
I was thinking the smart TV.
Man, when you go in them stores on Black Friday, you know you got to get a deal. You know you can get your flat screen, a 60-inch flat screen for about $350. You can go get you a nice video camera for half the price that you would have paid for. On another day, you get some deals on Black Friday. That's what the Patriots did with Josh Gordon. You ain't made this trade for a 5th rounder.
Got a Black Friday deal?
Got a Black Friday deal. That's what I call it. I call this Josh Gordon deal a Black Friday trade deal.
Excuse me.
Belichick and Tom Brady. I know they advocated for this because Tom Brady needed some more weapons. We know that. Junior Edelman's coming back. He's going to be in the slot. Can you imagine how nasty this is going to be with Junior Edelman in the slot, Hogan, Gronk, and Josh Gordon? Now, if Josh Gordon can stay off the weed and stay off the acid and the codeine and the pills and whatever else he's putting in his body, that's a big if. The Patriots are going to be primed to get back to holding that Lombardi trophy at the end of the year. Like you said, when you go against a team like the Jaguars, you got to have a bunch of different guys that can hurt you.
That's facts.
So now, Jalen Ramsey can't be like, oh, I'm about to match up on Gronk. Man, we got to worry about Edelman in the slot. We got to worry about Gronk, and we got to worry about this beast, Josh Gordon. So now that's going to change things. Now, just because he's going to the Patriots don't mean he's going to do right. We've seen in the past, they got Chad Ochocinco. It didn't work out. But they got Randy Moss, and it worked out. They even went got Albert Haynesworth, Didn't work out. We got Corey Dillon. Worked out. So we don't know how that's going to happen. I think that Josh Gordon, just listen to him in his interviews, man, and the stuff that people say about him in the Browns organization and his former teammates. They all say he's a good guy. They all say he's a good dude. They just say he's a troubled young man that went through a lot in his childhood, and he's still battling a lot of demons inside of him. And I just hope that he can get his life together, because this is a great situation he's going into. You about to go play with a Hall of Fame quarterback like Tom Brady. Now, the key thing going to be is, can he grasp this playbook? Because a lot of people that say that go to the Patriots, they say this playbook is very complex. It's one of the most complicated playbooks to digest and comprehend. So we're going to see. But let me tell you something, though. If Josh Gordon comes in and grabs this playbook and get on the same page and stay off the weed, stay off the Hennessy and the Crown and the Patron,
now
I think this team will go and win a Super Bowl. That's how good they're going to be. You know Belichick going to have them round up on defense. But you add a person like Josh Gordon with Gronk and Edelman, I think you see this team in the Super Bowl, and I think you will see them holding up their Lombardi trophy at the end.
I don't think the playbook will be the issue. I think it's the culture.
Yeah. That too. The culture is gonna be. The culture is if you have one more mistake, you're out the league.
And that's
you're out the league.
This is last chance.
This is a last chance situation. So you look at a guy of his caliber and you say, man. You go, but here's my thing. You're going back from 5 seasons ago when we looked at this guy like he's going to be the next upcoming big star in the NFL for his position. He led the league in yards a year. He had 9 touchdowns. He had 87 receptions. With no quarterback, folks. They weren't a quarterback in Cleveland when he put up these numbers. So you look at the guy. Yeah. Brian Hoyer is the backup now in New England. No quarterback, like I said. So at the end of the day, you say to yourself, man, this guy has phenomenal talent, man. Even though it's been 5 seasons later now, that talent still is. You look at this guy, physical physique. You say, man, this guy still has the physical ability. But here's the thing, like Coach Hen said, culture. You put a guy in this situation here now, and like you mentioned, terminology. How can he digest and pick up the offense? And I think this guy is always a guy who's always used, use the weed and. That's his character probably since
codeine,
pills. Yeah, he's probably been that guy since Baylor.
He's numbing the pain.
And he's probably been that guy weed-wise since high school. But now you're in a culture where, listen, can he still be an effective player without those things?
Right.
I don't know. That remains to be seen.
He's battling some things.
So to me, when he comes into a situation like this, I think first off he will be a decoy. He has to grasp the offense. This is not going to be something that's going to be simple for him to do. He's going to be coming in there being some form of a decoy, but at the end of the day, if he can get it down, you're talking about later in the season, around week 12, week 13, week 14, now that he has some things he's been in his office for some time now, because Jacksonville's going to be there. Unless they start having a plague of injuries, Jacksonville is going to be there. They showed you week 2 when they beat the Patriots that, boy, we're going to be
Convincingly.
Convincingly. It was a convincing win.
Man, Blake Bortles played out of his
mind. So
just like he did last time.
Yeah,
you saw Chris Sims Chris Sims or Phil Sims?
Chris
Sims took all the credit from that. He said he the reason why Blake Bortles playing like that. But keep going.
Yeah. So you look at that Jacksonville team is going to be there. Again, for the Patriots, it's a big win because you don't use a high round pick. Again, it's a Black Friday deal. You get a fifth. You give up a 5th round pick. You say to yourself, if he doesn't work out, I can release him, and guess what? It's only a 5th round pick. But if this guy, to me, I dislike all the Randy Moss comparisons. We talking about a guy, Randy Moss, who came into New England with over 7 touchdowns.
He was a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer coming into there, and Josh Gordon is not. So I don't like all of that. When you talking compare, hey, Tom Brady never had a guy like Randy Moss to Josh Gordon. Let's calm down with the Josh Gordon, Randy Moss comparisons.
But see, he talking about, like, far as athleticism, he never, like, this is the truth.
Yeah.
As far as athleticism, and the numbers don't match the numbers of Moss, but you talk about athletic.
He's going on talent.
You going on talent.
And then you talk about like a troubled person coming in. But Moss had a checker pass coming in there, so all that falls in line.
Moss did have a trouble pass, but Moss also played every season that he played up to that point.
That's true, but
Josh Gordon did.
The rule wasn't like it is now.
Agreed.
If the drug policy, if the drug policy was what it is now, you wouldn't hear shit about Michael Irvin. You wouldn't hear shit about Charles Haley. You wouldn't have heard shit. The list goes on.
The list goes on a lot of players.
So you can't That's one of those situations where like you can't blame him for the era that he played in. That's just what it is.
Now, granted, when I looked at Tom Brady's career, did he always play with the most athletic wideouts? No, but again, I started to ask myself in the Patriot system, the way they play football from a receiving standpoint, when guys like Deion Branson, David Patton can be successful, the way the system is built is not necessarily always designed to always have a superstar talent receiver.
But you gotta do your job. You gotta do your job.
The one thing about that, first of all, with those people that you just named, Charlie Weiss was the coordinator. 2 DBs, was it the DBs that you are now? Linebackers were the linebackers you had now.
Agreed.
Now everybody can run. You got Michael Brockers did a zone drop for Wade Phillips, and he ran downfield with a damn tight end. That wasn't happening back then. Now, one thing I could say about Josh McDaniels is he knows how to scheme people open. Look, Brandon Cooks didn't get that whole damn playbook. I know for damn sure he didn't get that playbook, but he got Cooks the ball. He understands. Look, Gordon's not gonna get this whole playbook, but I can get him the ball when I need to.
So that's a key component to what you're saying, because I was saying the same thing. You know, you coming in with this week 3, huh?
Yeah.
There's no way he gonna grasp that whole playbook. You know, it's just not gonna happen.
I don't even think he'll be active week 3.
I think he plays Sunday. And Belichick might just be like, look, we just gonna put you in these type of situations when we inside the 10, or just depending on
take a shot.
A simple play. That's something that you can.
And I think what you see the Patriots do, they gonna half in that playbook up and just make it as simple as possible for him, and try to make sure they get him on the field. Because even if he don't know the playbook, the defenders don't know.
Right.
And when he on the field, I guarantee you this: that D coordinator, when they see him line up, they game planning, they switching calls. You gotta make sure this guy is matched up on the right type of person.
Right.
And you gotta make sure you got somebody shading over the top or something. It's gonna make things interesting. But like I say, man, I think if Josh Gordon keeps his head on straight, this just makes the Patriots. It takes the Patriots to a whole nother level. It just do. I mean, Gordon, Edelman in the slot, Gronk, Hogan. That's not fair.
Dorset, Patterson,
it's going. I wouldn't even bring Cordell Patterson in.
No. He's special team guy. I'm not mention his name. I'm talking about kickoff and punt return.
Right. And then don't talk about when Sonny Michel get healthy.
Yeah, forgot about him.
I mean, I'm just saying, the Patriots, this was a great move for them. It's a great move for them.
I think the first thing, if I'm Josh Gordon, learn all the audibles, learn all the hand signals. You get that, the playbook will come.
Yeah.
Playbook will come, because he's a vet at lifetime, and we got such ready break. Then he just look at Josh. Once Josh Gordon line up, he'll give him the signal like, all right, cool,
I know what I gotta do.
I don't worry about nothing else. I got that.
Right, and it's fortunate for him because you play receiver, and because it's more of as time go on, he could be signaled just an assignment versus having to know the entire play.
And think about it like this too. A lot of people don't look at it because of the numbers that Randy Moss put up with the Patriots, but Moss only ran 2 routes for the Patriots. Fly the post. That's it. 24 touchdowns off of a fly and a post, but he was still flip floss. And then you still have to respect everything else they had out there. That's a component. When given the, cause you think about right now, who's their downfield threat?
Nobody.
Chris Hogan. Chris Hogan is the guy that runs the deep routes for him.
Nah, Dorset.
He's the fastest on the team.
He's stretching the field.
But when all the big chunk shots come from Hogan, now you about to put it into a real deal. Guy, look, ever since I've been lacing them up, I've been going deep. You got to teach me how to make a play downfield, how to catch the ball in traffic, make one move and go. You got to scheme me for that. So now, guess what? Chris Hogan, I'm going to put you on the opposite side. So now these safeties don't know what to do, and now I get Gronk in one-on-one. Because if you double Gronk, everybody else in trouble. And that's what the Patriots just did. But, like I said, it's a move for the Jags because all that's fine and damn dandy. All that scheming and demons fine and damn. But you can't block them. You can't give me more than 4 seconds to get open.
It ain't going to matter.
Yeah, that's just all it is.
Yeah. But go on switching gears. I want to get into Some Saints talk right quick. Mike Thomas is leading the NFL in most reception yards. Probably argue top 5 in receiving yards. And obviously it's week 2, so not many receivers have a lot of TDs. But right now, is Mike Thomas arguably the best wide out in football?
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Too fucking soon. I hate this question. It shouldn't even be a question. The only reason why we asking this damn question is because of how many because he leading the league in reception. So, this is one of the things where stats is misleading. He's not because the simple fact he's the only guy on the team that don't have a rushing attack right now that can win one-on-one battles. That's what that prime is. That's what all it is. And there's no need to dig any deep into it. That's just what it is. Don't get me wrong. He's a hell of a talent. He's probably one of the best young wide receivers out there. Mm-hmm. But if reception was every damn thing, there'll be no need for damn touchdowns.
Right.
He doesn't score enough to be considered, but he doesn't make explosive plays enough. He makes hellified catches, but I don't see. If I throw Mike Thomas a slant, I'm not expecting to go for a touchdown. I throw Odell a slant. I know it's going for a touchdown. I know 8 out of 10 chances going for a touchdown. I throw Julio a slant. 8 out of 10 chances going for a touchdown. Antonio Brown a slant. 8 out of 10 times going to a touchdown. To me, and that's just this is because it's so young in his career. Michael Thomas is a super more athletic version of Muhammad Muhammad. Catches a lot of passes for you. We make all the tough catches.
Muhammad?
Yeah, Muhammad. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We make all the tough catches for you, all that stuff, but don't ask you to break away nothing. That's it. I mean, there's no need to dig any deeper into it.
I gotta respectfully disagree with you. Do I think he's a top receiver in the NFL? Hell no. We know that. We know it's Julio and Antonio Brown and everybody else.
You didn't put Odell up there?
Huh?
You put Odell up there in tops?
Odell, I think he's better than Michael Thomas, but when I think about the best of the best, I'm thinking Julio, Antonio Brown, and Odell Beckham right there, but that's the two I think about. Michael Thomas is phenomenal. Dude is great route runner. Barely drops a ball. I love the chemistry him and Drew is playing with right now. And you got to think about it, man. He's only in his 3rd year. This kid is only going to get better. Right. He's 3rd in the league right now. He's tied for 3rd in the league right now with touchdowns. He's 2nd in the league right now with receiving yards, and he's 1st in receptions. So the route he's going on right now, he's going to be up there. If he keeps going on this route, he's going to be up there as probably a top 2, top 3 receiver statistically
in the league.
In the league when it's all said and done by the end of the season. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. He's not better than Antonio Brown. He's not better than Julio Jones. He's not better than Odell Beckham. I wouldn't even say he's better than Tyreek Hill. But I do think.
By DeAndre Hopkins?
I don't think he's better than DeAndre Hopkins. But I do think he's up there with the upper echelon receivers in the league. I think he's a game changer. I think he's going to get his money when that rookie contract is over.
Yeah.
Let's not undervalue him because he's not the guy that can take a slant and take it 80. Right. But he is still big time. I think he is this version of 2019, 2018 version of Michael Irvin. Because that's who he reminds me of. He reminds me of the playmaker. Catch the ball, will stiff on the piss out of you, will catch everything in sight. You throw that ball anywhere around his 6'2", 6'3" radius, he's going to catch it, and he's going to come down with it. Excellent blocker, phenomenal teammate. You don't see him all over the media making stupid comments, always showing up to practice on time, always doing the right thing. I love this kid. And you can tell Drew Brees loves this kid because he keeps throwing the ball. And now,
that question is, a lot of people ask is he benefiting because Drew Brees is his quarterback?
I think that if he goes to any team, if they don't have a receiver like Antonio Brown or Odell Beckham on the roster, or Julio, he can do the same thing. That's just my personal opinion because you cannot coach a guy that's 6'2", 6'3", that's going to catch everything in sight. I mean, this guy doesn't drop a ball. And when he does drop a ball, he's like, damn, you dropped the ball? So You know, and like I said, he's still, he's 23?
Mm-hmm.
He's not even nowhere near his prime. His name is Can't Guard Mike on Twitter for a reason. I'm telling y'all right now. I think he's gonna get better and better as the season goes on. I think you see this guy, he's gonna be a for sure Hall of Famer when it's all said and done.
Barring injuries.
Barring injury.
Right.
And is he benefit playing with a quarterback like Drew? Yeah, because Drew is showing him how to be a pro. Drew is showing him, look, this is the things you need to do when you running routes, and this is how you set up in a zone. This is how we beat man. There's a lot of different things Drew is showing him, so he's benefited from it. I'm not trying to take nothing from that.
Okay.
But I think Michael Thomas is an upper echelon receiver, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. He's not on Antonio Brown, Odell Beckham, or Julio Jones level, or Tyreek Hill and DeAndre Hopkins of that nature. But I still think he's an upper echelon receiver. I give him a top 6, top 7 receiver.
So where the hell the respectful disagreement came from?
What you mean?
You say I respectfully disagree. What
you mean? I respectfully disagree.
You say I respectfully disagree.
Yeah, I do.
I'm saying, so what a disagreement came at? We said the same thing.
Because you made it seem like Michael Thomas is not an elite receiver.
No. The statement I made immediately after that was, I say, don't get me wrong, the guy is good, but he's not.
I think he's elite.
Yeah. Look,
good and elite are the same thing.
Look,
elite is top 5.
Well, see, if you go by that, I say top 10.
You can't say that. You can't say that.
I say top 10. He a top 10 receiver in the league. But when we talk about, like, the question was, is he the number one? And I say hell no.
No, he's not number one.
Yeah, I'm here. That's what I was doing.
But I took from and look. I'm insinuating right now. I think from what I took from your comments, I took that as you didn't think he was an elite receiver. You didn't think he could go to a majority of the teams in the NFL and be a number receiver.
No, because I didn't even take the question. I didn't even take my answer that direction. Because honestly, this is how I feel. Michael Thomas on any team, he's Andre Johnson. The only if he's the only receiving option out there. No chance. He's gonna plug phenomenal numbers. He'll be a perennial Pro Bowler, all that stuff. But just like you said, if he's on a team where there's already established number 1, number 2, guess what? He's not gonna get that. Like because.
But that's only like 3 or 4 teams in the league.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Talking about the Giants.
Yeah.
The Falcons, Steelers, and the Falcons, Steelers.
You know what I'm saying?
And the Texans.
You know what I'm saying? And that's okay for being this. And that's why I say, like, he's still young. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get better and better, too. But I'm also not dumb enough to know that, look, none of the reason why his numbers are so high now, because they actually throw the ball more, then his numbers his production still going to be up there, but the numbers that the amount of targets that he's getting is going to take a huge dip once Ingram comes back, and once they start using Taquan Smith and all that stuff, and Cam Meredith comes, so now because Drew's best part of his game is spreading the ball. So once you get all the components there, of course his number's going to take a hit. You know what I'm saying? But that's not a bad thing. He's still going to put up phenomenal numbers. But going back to his question, he's not tops. He's not a top receiver league. He's still, don't get me wrong.
That's what I'm not. That's what you're missing me at.
Here's my thing.
What you mean not a top receiver in the league?
He's not. I say tops. He's not the tops. When I consider tops, I'm saying, all right, you get 5. You know, name the top 5 wide receivers. That's what I consider tops. Because
Julio, Antonio Brown, Odell Beckham, DeAndre Hopkins.
Now that fifth one,
Tyreek Hill. I got Mike Thomas.
I'm gonna
take Tyreek Hill over Mike Thomas.
A lot of people are like, man, what he shorted up. The reason why, he does more.
Yeah,
he does more.
Exactly.
He can score in more way. And then another, to be honest, and I got it tied because I just love Mike Evans. Mm-hmm. I love Mike Evans. I don't think Mike Evans gives enough credit to do. Just mostly because
he impacts the game in a lot of different ways.
Mostly because his damn quarterback's his main quarterback's an asshole and it takes a lot of attention off of him. But And that's what I mean when I say tops, because everybody can't be tops. That you know what I'm saying. That's just what it is. Tops, you know.
So we just put it out there that he's 6.
Yeah,
possibly 7 if you got Mike Evans there.
Look,
I'm taking him over Mike Evans.
Look. To me, he's in the tier with Mike Evans, Mike Thomas, Mike Evans,
Keenan Allen.
I'm taking him over Keenan Allen.
I'm talking about tier wise.
I'm not saying take it over. I'm sorry.
He in that tier.
We named the top 5. We named the top 5.
Bottom line, he's
6.
He's
Mike
6
Thomas, 7 Evans, 8 Alshon. You know, depending on what you like. 9. Some people throw Cooks up there. I don't. You know, some people throw Sam Watt in the. You know,
Jarvis.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
AJ Green.
AJ Green.
To me, like tops is the top 5. Now everybody has a different opinion of tops. You know what I'm saying? On that.
Now Scott says MT13 is top 3. Y'all crazy.
Who the hell is MT13? Oh,
Michael Thomas. Here's my thing. Michael Thomas.
He's top 3. He's not top 3. You're not picking him over Odell Beckham. Look, you're not picking him over Julio. You're not picking him over Antonio Brown.
If you could get, if all 3 of them had the same, if all those the top 5 receivers that we just named, if they all was the same age and had the same contract, you're not picking Mike Thomas number 1. If you could pick anyone to 5, that's the realization of it.
Now let me answer this question right quick. Tyron Weatherspoon says, "How good is Tre'Quan Smith?" I think Tre'Quan Smith is a good.
He's phenomenal.
Is a good role player type of receiver. I think I don't know what the issue is, why he's not playing that much right now. Because I think he should be playing over Austin Carr. But if something's going on, I don't know if Sean Payton hasn't touched on it, why he's not playing over Austin Carr.
Maybe it might be the. Sean Payton is the particulars coach.
It could be the particular team they're playing.
Maybe Austin Carr has a better grasp of the playbook than Tre'Quan Smith.
Right. You just don't know.
You know what I'm saying? You won't know, but he came out saying, "Look, we got to get him on the field more."
But we know Tre'Quan Smith. When he's showing the preseason, this kid can play. We know that. We know that. It's just about. You just don't know what's going on inside.
Now here's the thing with Mike Thomas. You know, we talking about a guy whose first 2 seasons in the NFL has the all-time leading record for receptions.
Broke Jarvis Landry record.
This year, for the first 2 games of the season, 28 receptions, all-time leading record for his position. So we talking about a guy that. Now I agree with you. He's not top 3. I got Antonio Brown, Julio, and I'm not damn sure got Odell ahead of Mike Thomas.
Right.
That's just me. Right. I don't care. Anybody want to say those 3 guys are ahead of him. But when you start talking about Mike Thomas, we talking about all-time NFL numbers. And at some point in time, that accounts for something. That has to play a merit in somebody saying, as of right now, could he be the best guy active right now? No. Is he overall better than them? No. But right now, the way he's playing,
the question,
28 receptions out of 30 targets. You know, statistically, he's up there.
To me, I would still say no.
A lot coming to play because he's playing with Drew Brees. He's playing with a coach like Sean Payton. You know, versus Odell Beckham, who's playing with somebody
new head
coach, and Eli Manning, who
with a horrible offensive line
is clicking over him.
That offensive line is the worst I've seen.
A lot of different things.
They soldiers not looking.
Jarvis Landry is in a situation where Tyrod Taylor is, transitioning and. Not saying he's a bad quarterback, but he's not Drew Brees.
They say that Antonio Brown going to a new coordinator. The offense not looking the same.
Still look at Tyrod Taylor is doing this the whole time too, because he, in the back of his mind, he know like one.
Scared to mess up.
They go to start screaming for him.
Baker.
Baker.
They're screaming for Baker.
So a lot numbers. I like to go get numbers, but sometimes they can be misleading, and this is one of those situations. But I do think that, and I'm gonna keep saying it. I do think Michael Thomas is a top 6 player in this league. And when you top 6, you elite in my mind. Elite.
Tomato.
But
see, this my thing. Like you keep drawing up like his numbers. I'm gonna give you another number. Who was better, Mike Allstott or Warwick Dunn?
2 different backs.
Who was better, Mike Allstott or Warwick Dunn?
I think it's arguable.
I'm taking Warwick Dunn.
I'll give you another one. Who was better, Lorenzo Neal.
No.
No.
Lorenzo Neal.
I'm going somewhere with it. Lorenzo Neal, Mike Allstott. They both play fullback. Mike Allstott, right? But what if I told you Lorenzo Neal had just as many touchdowns in one season with half the carries Mike Allstott had?
It don't count because, it might be a bunch of little 1-yard touchdown runs.
My point exactly. The numbers is over.
That's like Marcus Allen touchdowns.
Yeah.
Get on one and put him in the game. He dive over the top. Brandon Jacobs.
They got you all the way.
Last couple of years with the Giants.
Yeah, right.
Get on the 1-yard line. You just get all, and now you in the season with 15 touchdowns.
And that's where I'm going at with. He got nice numbers. But don't mistake the fact that. Don't let his numbers mistake the fact that he's better than Julio, better than Antonio Brown, better than Odell. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Don't let the numbers say, all right. No, don't get me wrong. He's good. He's great. He's that dude.
He's Mr. Magnificent.
But guess what? Just like if there's if he's Mr. Magnificent, there's a Mr. Amazing, Mr. Incredible, and Mr. Oh my goddamn God that's above him, and that's okay. That's okay.
Hey.
Being that, look, you're younger than all of them. That's okay.
Yeah, I'm just looking at his numbers and
okay.
saying, man, this guy, if he continues on this pace that he's at, we talking about not just,
his numbers going to be sick.
His numbers are NFL history worthy. And it's like when you start breaking NFL records, now we talking about the guys that are better than him, which I got Antonio Brown, Julio, and I got Odell ahead of him. But so far, those guys have not NFL history numbers. In the first couple of seasons, this guy has NFL history numbers. His number is the number to beat. Whether we got other guys better than him or not, his number is the guy to beat.
But see that it's a.
Lionel Scott said the numbers don't lie.
But see, the thing about using that stat, it's a double-edged sword because there's a lot of people that has nobody's done this in this amount in this frame of time in history.
And that's the best in their position.
Don't hear him no more.
Right. And
Larry Johnson. I'll go before. Priest Holmes. Nobody done it like Priest Holmes ever in this short period of time. Boom, you don't hear about Priest Holmes no more. Larry Johnson. Nobody's done it like this. Boom, 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 boom. You don't hear about him. It's all, you know what I'm saying? Because injuries is part of the game.
Yes.
Guess what? When Drew leaves, you know what I'm saying? When Drew retires, who's to say who's the next quarterback that comes here? Let's say it's Teddy. Let's say Teddy.
Let's see if he can maintain those numbers.
You know what I'm saying? Let's say also when Teddy becomes a quarterback, let's say Kamara is that dude. Let's say Kamara is like the next thing to Barry, the closest thing to Barry Sanders that anybody has seen, and you want to get him touches all the time. Let's say you draft another somebody that just explodes. So now it's like those numbers that was putting him up there. Guess what? The league did change, personnel did change, coach might change. The numbers ain't gonna do the same. So that's the thing. So numbers don't lie, but numbers also don't tell the truth.
Numbers could be very misleading. That's just like Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith stats.
Hell yeah.
Come on, man. We all know.
We know who Barry Sanders
better. Come on, man. Be realistic and be logical.
But they're also too, just like you said, look at the demographic. Barry Sanders played behind the worst offensive line in NFL history.
Emmitt Smith played
behind the best.
Can you imagine if Barry Sanders would have played behind Emmitt Smith offensive line?
He wouldn't have retired. He had three of them daddies.
Let's use present tense. All right, Saints offensive line is way better than the Giants offensive line.
Yeah.
The Saints quarterback is way better than the Giants quarterback. Guess what? So now Odell Beckham is a better individual receiver than Michael Thomas. Guess what? There's two factors that's messing with him. You can't block for the quarterback.
And then the quarterback.
Look, he's so used to getting hit, and Father Time ain't being his friend either. He let that thing go because he don't want to get hit.
Oh yeah.
Right.
That's what it is.
What it is, man. I said I got him at 4. You got him at 6.
6. And
you got him at what?
5, 6. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how the ball floats.
I understand. I get it. To me, he's not top. He's not the best wide out receiver, but at some point in time, his numbers do need to be acknowledged that he's climbing up the billboards as far as being a top receiver in the game. Now, we ain't got that much time left, but we got to get into Lil Vontae Davis. Vontae. For people who don't know, the Buffalo Bills cornerback decided to retire at halftime. He was tired of this shit. He went in the locker room, took out the pads, took out everything, and it's the first time as I know of, that a player decide to call it quits in the career during the game, meaning that this is during halftime. What do y'all take on Vontae Davis?
Oh, I think that was very, very disturbing, to say the least, man. You out there with your brothers, they out there risking their body and risking their livelihood with you on Sundays. Y'all go through the practice week together. Y'all went through training camp together. You share a brotherhood when you out there risking your body each Sunday like that, and you quit at halftime like that. Don't even tell a team. You just walk out, put your clothes on. If I was playing in the NFL and he had did that, I know I would lose all kind of respect for him, and I would tell him about it. So, with that being said, I do understand his mindset. I know sometimes, because I've been in situations where in my life where I done went through certain things and some things just click at that moment. Like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this no more, and I just leave the situation. But with that being said, I still think that he should have handled that better. Just play the half out. If you got to sit on the bench, whatever you got to do, and then after the coach addressed the team, come on and say, look, I love you guys. Y'all my brothers, man. I've been doing this for 8 years. I can't do it no more. I'm retiring. For you to leave during the game says a lot about you, man. I can't respect it. And at the end of the day, I feel like even though that was his breaking point, this been on your mind. This ain't something that just happened right then and there. You've been contemplating it, but it was something that happened during that game, and you was getting roasted in that first half. You was getting roasted bad. And I don't know if that contributed to it. I don't know if he got into it with a coach. You just don't know all what happened. And I just think that he could have handled this better. Then you come out on social media.
With a letter? With a
letter trying to make it seem like it's all good.
Right.
Nah, I don't respect it. Vontae Davis accumulated over $50 million of guaranteed money in his career. So you got paid. So him retiring right now, I'm pretty sure you going home to a nice bank account. And you're checking in your savings. I'm pretty sure
still playing.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna be all right. Your family gonna be taken care of. And I just think that you could have handled the situation totally different. And I just think that amongst the league and people that retire from the league and people that didn't play this league for a long, long time, they not gonna respect him. And if he's ever thinking about getting into broadcasting or anything team related, sports, I just don't see it happening because people gonna always hold his head. And to me, as a man and a competitor, I could never find myself doing what he did. But with that being said, Vontae Davis, you had a good career. You was a 3-time Pro Bowler. You got paid. You got over $50 million in your bank account. Hopefully, you took care of your money like you were supposed to. I wish you the best in all your endeavors, but you handled it like a hoe.
To me, it was very tasteless. Very tasteless. A lot of times, a situation in life, no matter what the situation is, the way you handle it determines the way you can grow from it. He handled it very poorly. Just like G said, I've had time when you know what, I can't do this.
Right.
I can't do this. But the way you handle it is different. Look, I've been in NFL locker rooms. I know how the halftime works. If the coaches always, then you was at home. The coaches always, they say what they got to say to the team real quick. They go to their little meeting room. Then the head coach always goes to his own little spot. Every player knows who that spot is. Well, I'm here. Hey, coach, I need to holler at you. Coach, I just can't do it no more. What's wrong? The coach gonna what every coach does. Man, come on, get out there, man. We need you. Coach, I just can't do it no more. But I'm gonna come out with the team. Nah. Let that coach handle that situation. Well, look, if you ain't gonna play, don't show up. Okay?
I don't think he would have told him that.
I don't think Sean McDermott would have told him that.
You know what I'm saying? You never know what I'm saying, but that would have been your
leave it up to the coach.
That would have been your fall. You know what I'm saying? Your safety net. Worst case scenario, walk out on the sideline with your team, be there. Of course, that's gonna make a big deal. You know, Vontae Davis, is not out on the field now, but I see him on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? You just sit there, just keep cheering your teammate, boom, boom, boom. After the game, regardless of what happened, wait till the reporters leave. Look, guys, when your teammates have something to say. Hey, guys, look, man, I gave this game everything I had for 8 years. I love y'all dearly. I respect y'all. That's why I signed here. But, man, the way I was getting beat,
roasted,
and, the way, and you know what I'm saying, and then keep just looking at it. The stuff that I used to do, I used to rely on my speed. I'm not after those knee surgeries. I don't have it no more. I can't. You know what I'm saying? I can't fight with the receivers no more because you get the penalties. Look, I just can't do it no more. So I just want to let y'all know that I'm stepping away from the game. It's nothing to do with y'all. I'm stepping away from the game. They would have respected you. They would have look, man. They probably would have hey man, keep coming by, keep coming, talk to me. Like people, even the young guys would have say, hey man, look. Hey, how did you handle this? How did you do this? How did you do this? Now you lost that respect. They don't want to talk to you because you're going to always be known as a quitter.
Right.
That, and that's just what it is. The way you handled it will always have, when they think about Vontae Davis, they be like, oh, you really do that quick? That's what they, and the problem, and the biggest thing that I had about it, right after the game, they made a big noise out of this, so rightfully so. You had an Instagram post soon as the game ended, and it was all thought out, well put.
It was needed. It was rough draft. It was like it was scripted.
You know what I'm saying? So look, and this is the thing in sports. When you real with yourself, you know when you can't do it no more. You know when you can't do it no more. So you just didn't go out in the game and say, I can't do it no more. You out there covering these young cats that you know what I'm saying, on your team. Man, I can't run with these guys no more. You figure that out Monday,
right.
Tuesday, Wednesday. It didn't just hit you with game day.
Right.
Nah,
No,
you know what I'm saying? Look, man, look. I ain't got it no more, guys. Coach, who my son? Get him ready. Because I think this is my last practice. I think it's it. I'm done.
But the thing about it, he didn't even start the game. He didn't start the game. One of the corners was either getting beat or he got hurt or something, and they put him in the lineup, and he started getting roasted. I'm talking about roasted. I mean, you can find him on all 12. The taller people out. That's how bad he looked. And man, look, Vontae Davis, bro.
Torrance Webb said the man was tired of losing, man.
Man, look.
That's no excuse.
Man, ain't nobody. Look, Joe Thomas, Hall of Famer Joe Thomas, played on one of the sorriest teams his whole career.
Sorriest franchises.
He didn't walk out. Look, he had so much respect for the organization that he waited, that he told the team, he told the new GM, so he got down, look, I'm not 8% sure I'm gonna retire, but I'm just trying to I'm trying to see how my body gonna recuperate. I'm trying to see how it's gonna handle. All right, I appreciate you for letting me know. Now I know how I should look forward to the draft. Then that's what they made a couple of signings. All right, they got my spot. I'm done. I'm done with the game. Going fish. You just, man, shit. You try to tell me there's nobody on the team that you cool with? Said, man, look, man.
When I saw it come across the bottom of the screen, I thought it was a joke. I was like, man, that dude ain't really retired, no halftime. Man, stop. False report.
Man, you try to tell me.
Real report.
I'm saying, it's nobody on your team like, hey, G, that nigga roasted me, huh? Yeah, dog, you get roasted. I'm just going to retire. Man, stop playing. No, I'm serious. Look. Cole, hey, man, why you try to tell me, did nobody see this man taking his tugs off? Did nobody see all the cameras, all the people, all the staff?
I don't think they got no cameras in that locker room with the bill. They bad.
They got cameras in there. Everybody.
For the team?
Yeah, I'm saying, all the cameras, the guy that's putting out the little spread, the little catering spread, that you get to eat food off of, some high quality food too. Nobody seen this man taking off his tub and put on his goddamn jabos. Nobody didn't see that. Hey man, where you going? I gotta run out to the car real quick. All right. I understand why your shoulder pads off. Hey, why your underarm off? Why the tape off? What's going on? You trying to look? NFL,
I'm trying to retire.
Look, NFL lockers are like this. Look, GK changed his cleats without me seeing it from right here. That's how close it is. You trying to tell me I went a whole half like, man, we getting our ass roasted.
That's my thing. Like
I see Vontae over there taking off tugs. He done cut his spat off. He got his jabot. Hey, nigga, where you going? Where you going?
Jerome Woods said, I'm going to quit my job tomorrow at lunch. What are my players going to say about me? He down bad for that. At least he finished the game with your teammates. Have more respect for the game. He quit at halftime, and there's 1,000 of players that want at least want to be on the practice squad.
Facts. I look at this way. No one saw. Like, did he wait till everybody leave the locker room?
Nope, because the coaches, because there's always one. They always got one coach. 9 times out of 10, it's a strict conditioning coach. That's the last one out. That he makes sure everybody come on. You got, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you don't come out. I'm gonna add that to your conditioning.
Right.
So motherfucker get that giddy up. That's what I'm saying. When he hitting the star, the boy act like he played for the Mean Green or the Little Giants. Blow the whistle. I quit. I'm throwing. They needed the what that boy name? Real nigga Tommy to go holler at that boy.
Yeah. What that, you hear me? He's about, man. He's quitting on the team.
I want y'all to understand how it is. This is just like week 8, Warren Easton versus Edna Carr. It's pack. The stadium is crazy.
Crazy.
GSportz is at the
coin toss.
Referee say shake hand. We say no. We ain't touching them. GSportz, his backup filmer is over there ready. They start da-da-da. He ain't never heard it before. The cannons go off. The smoke go off. All of a sudden, the game's rolling. G's looking for his other guy. He see his iPad on the ground, right at the tunnel. He say, you know what? I can't handle this shit no more. I'm gone. G's like, this is the biggest game of the goddamn year. What do you mean you go? I'm through. I don't want to deal with this. I'm gone. I'm at I-10 by 10, and goddamn it, it's 9:15. I got 45 minutes before I'm late. He bad.
Tyron Weatherspoon said they say he was taking a shower at halftime.
Signs number 1. First of all, hey, Vontae, why you taking your tags off? 2, hey, Vontae, why you got that towel on? We got a whole nother half. 3, hey, man, ain't that much hot water left. We suck. Well, I need some of that hot water for half of the game. 4, nigga, is that Irish Springs you using? That's good. You only got 20 minutes. Who takes a shower after a game in 20 minutes?
Man, Vontae got over $50 million guaranteed in his career. He at home living good right now.
My thing is, I wonder what did he do after he leave?
He probably stopped at the store, got him a bottle of Patron.
That's what I'm saying. It had to be. Look, it reminds me of.
Somebody let me know when the game over. We're gonna post it to Instagram. Look, it's gonna go viral.
But you know what though? Buffalo need to go get their money though. Buffalo Bills need to get their money because I think he got like $4 million guaranteed, $5 million guaranteed, and he got a signing bonus. You gotta come back and get your money.
But I tell you what though, it had to be some fan, some diehard Bill fan. That took me back to that Larry Fitzgerald commercial. Larry, what you doing here? It's just halftime. We need you in the game. Get there. I got the speed pass. Boop, I'm gone. Vontae, what you doing? They didn't kick the ball off. Why you here? I got burnt. I'm looking for that icy hot. Shit. And we sell ice in the back. Get that shit and go back.
Man, they say he took a shower at halftime.
Son, look, they had all the signs that this dude was not coming back. But I tell you what he did. G said one thing earlier. about commentators. So I tell you what this just did, especially going into 2021 when you know it's gonna be a lockout. This gave the owners a little leverage now. Y'all won't guarantee money. We won't put in that contract if you don't perform, if you quit, if you pull any type of Vontae Davis type stuff, give us our coins back. Oh, no. Well, we just going to be locked out, and I'm still going to make money because, look, this NFL team is not the only way I'll make money, baby.
That's it.
He just, and to say that it's supposed to say that, which it is, NFL players a brotherhood, it's a friend, you know what I'm saying, it's camaraderie and stuff, you just fucked your butts.
Facts.
Straight up.
Well, listen, we got to get ready to wrap up this show. Saints, Falcons. This weekend. Falcons are 1-1. Saints are 1-1. We head down there to the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Don't call it that state. Mercedes-Benz Stadium is right there off of Poitras. You can't have the same damn name stadium as us, built after us.
Well, we heading to Atlanta.
Going to the 25ers, baby.
What we looking like? Saints, Falcons. Falcons got a couple of injuries going into this game.
They got a whole lot of injuries.
Deontay Freeman not playing.
Deontay Freeman's out. Andrew Levine's hurt for the year. Keanu Neal's hurt for the year. Debo's not playing. Julio's less than 50%. We got to win because you can't start this year in your division 0-2. You got to win. I think it's no rah-rah speech for that Sean Payton needs to give. It's Atlanta week. You know what I'm saying?
You already know what it is.
To be honest, man, I'm expecting like some a big time blowout.
Ooh.
Expecting a big time blowout. Cause for some reason, Steve Sarkisian, even though I don't root for the 25, but I like to see players play. Some reason, Steve Sarkisian would not put down the Patron. he won't leave the hospitality suite alone and understand that Julio is that dude. Julio is the man. Get him the ball. He don't understand that. I don't understand why.
That's Steve.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, I'm glad that you do because we play you this week, and especially with him not out there. So now what you gonna do? Because you don't have a safety net.
I got the Saints 20-23. I think it's gonna come down to a tight game. I think the Saints win with a field goal from Will Lutz.
Oh, but don't say kicking game with us.
I think Will Lutz, send the Saints home. I think it's gonna be a tight game up to the fourth quarter. I think the Saints will be down in the fourth quarter, but somehow manage to, maybe score 10 points in that fourth quarter, tie the game, and then win the game with Will Lutz. That's how I see the game. I think it's gonna be a tight one. It's always be a night bias when the Saints play the Falcons. It's early. I think Atlanta gonna make some plays early on, gonna have a little momentum. But I think the Saints gonna come back in the fourth quarter to make that game a winner, similar like we did Sunday. But I think that's kind of how I forecast the game.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's gonna be tough to beat this Falcons team, even though Devontae Freeman not playing. You still got Tevin Coleman. I think they're gonna use him pretty good. Julio, a 50% Julio. I just don't believe that report. I think they're gonna make it sound worse than what it is. I think Julio's going to still be Julio.
Yeah.
He still got Ridley, the rookie out of Alabama. He still got Sanu. And that's just going to be tough for us to be able to guard. And then you playing them down there. It's a rival game, so it's going to be a tough matchup for us. But I do have us winning the game in a close one. And I think it's going to be low scoring, man. I think you see this score being 20-17. I think you see the Saints prevail in the end. I just think that with them not having Deion Jones, Debo, the New Orleans native out of Jesuit, that's critical.
LSU.
Because that kid was so big into what they do on defense, and he gave Drew Brees problems, especially when they ran that Tampa 2, because the way he played the middle of the field and that Mike linebacker.
Yes.
He caught that big time interception last year against us in the clutch. And I just think Deion Jones is one of the better Mike linebackers in the league. Not having him on Sunday is going to be big, and I think Drew Brees makes just enough plays to get us over the hump to win that game down there and put us at 2-1 on the season. So I got the Saints winning 20-17.
Just to update real quick, the Thursday night Toilet Bowl game, the Jets are winning 7-0, we might see Baker Mayfield tonight because right now Tyrod Taylor is 1 of 8, 2 yards, and
it could be a Baker Mayfield night.
Garrett has a sack, and that's the only day positive for the Browns right now. Darnold's not doing too much better. 3 for 7, 22 yards.
What a touchdown.
Isaiah Corral.
Okay.
Good. Got my fancy.
7 yards. But other than that, it's bad.
Had to make a trade.
But
getting pretty bad.
But the Jets have 2 sacks already, so they rolling.
Like you said, toilet bowl. You may see Baker Mayfield tonight. You may not. I got LSU winning this game. Also, if people know, LSU played with La Tech. Right, La Tech. Looking forward to seeing the matchup. You know, Mick Robinson. You know, see how he fares against some of the LSU receivers this upcoming week. But I got LSU obviously winning this game. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how 21 perform. I think it's gonna be a big game for him and in La Tech as a whole.
Yeah.
But I'm really looking forward to see how he matches up against a lot of the SEC receivers. Because I think he had the ability to be a SEC corner, but now he gets to play against a lot of those receivers. So I'm looking forward to seeing that game. But I got LSU climbing up their ranks, winning against La Tech. I think a top 5 team does lose this week in college football. Thinking it's Mobile, Oklahoma, but I got a top 5 team in it.
You got Oklahoma lose? To who?
I forgot.
Kyler Murray is hitting on all cylinders right now at quarterback.
Well, what is you?
Oklahoma looking real
they played somebody
good
this week.
Oklahoma looking real good right now. Tell you that.
La Tech versus LSU. I'm gonna pick. Of course, I pick LSU to win. Mainly because I don't see how La Tech's gonna block that D line.
Yeah, the trenches. That's what they're gonna lose.
That's the thing. And look, if you win a trench warfare, you win the game. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. I don't give me wrong. I love Coach Skip Holtz. Love what he's doing there. I love his staff up there. They are going in the right direction, but it's
2
just
weeks from now.
you know, it's just
they play Army.
They can't. They
They
don't win the trenches on both sides. If you're not gonna be able to rush him, Burrow, and you can't stop the D line up front. I don't care what type of offense. Even though y'all run an up truck for a spread thing, eventually that old line's gonna break down, and that's when the trouble's going.
I think you see the La Tech and LSU game be close early. Don't be surprised if the score at halftime is something around the range of 14-7, 14-10, and I think you see LSU pull away in the second half and end up winning this game 38-17, somewhere around that range, 38-14, 35, 38-14, somewhere around that range. But like you said, I can't wait to see a Meek Robinson match up with these LSU receivers. But what he told me yesterday, they're going to have him matched up on Justin Jefferson, the kid out of Destrehan, which this has been a rival between these two ever since they played in the same district in high school and in these camps they used to be battling heavy. So I can't wait to see that matchup with Meek Robinson, man. I think this is a statement game for him, and it's also a money game for him because this is going to be good film for him going into the draft next year when he comes out as a junior. So I can't wait to see it, man. Meek Robinson from the Tri-Parish, I think he's in for a big game against the LSU Tigers in Death Valley.
Yeah. And I'll be there.
Well, listen, G, who you got in high school football this week?
Hornville Destrehan. For y'all that don't know, they just gave Andrew Roberson, Hornville quarterback, the clearance to play tomorrow night. Hornville High School has not came out and said they're going to let it play or not. There's a lot of different variables.
He has a temporary restraining order.
Yeah. So he's cleared to play, and it's supposed to be he's supposed to be eligible until next Wednesday. It's supposed to be good till next Wednesday. So, but I think Hornville's trying to figure out if they let it play and things don't go in their favor, what happens?
Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen if he does play and he still is ruled eligible, they forfeit that game.
Yeah.
So that's what happens.
We're going to see how it all turn out. I hope I get to see it play because, this is a great rivalry, one of the best rivalries in the state. I can't wait to see if he does play. This is going to make this game box office tomorrow. And Destrehan is loaded. And when Andrew Roberson, if he's at the helm tomorrow at quarterback for Hornville, it just changes things for Harvard. Now you can put Jaquan Jackson at receiver, and it just changed the whole dynamic of the game. But if Andrew Roberson plays, I think you see Harvard win this game just off of adrenaline. It's at Hornville. Just they got the hashtag do it for one. I think you see them people find a way to win that game, even though I think Destrehan is better than them, top to bottom.
The energy.
I just think you see Hornville find a way to win this game if Andrew Roberson plays. If Andrew Roberson doesn't play, I think the game is still a pretty close game in the beginning. But I think in the second half, just like I think with the LSU and La Tech game, I think you see
they got enough.
I just think you see Destrehan pull away in that second half from Hornville and win that game convincingly. So we're gonna see, man. After the game, we'll be covering tomorrow. I can't wait. If you're going to that game, make sure you're there early, because if you're not, you won't have anywhere to sit.
Yeah, Coach Hen, what we got with? So what they meet this weekend?
We start district play. Got a big time rival coming into Independence. Goes back I think if I'm not mistaken, I believe that this is the oldest rivalry on the North Shore. So, there's a lot of history there. Independence has a new coach, still figuring some things out. So, we don't overlook anybody. We respect the rivalry. Just come ready to play.
I'm ready to play football. Man, I'm looking forward to Sunday, Saints Falcons, man. Look, I think it's the best rivalry in the NFL, hands down to me. I know there's a lot of great rivalries around the NFL, but to me, Saints Falcons gets the better. It's box office every time they meet, every time they match up, especially when you got two teams that do have championship aspirations on the line. I'm looking forward to that Sunday. Listen, y'all be tuning in. I'm going to find a way to stream this game. I won't stream it on our page, but I'll probably find a way to tag it to our FanView Live page. But, man, I'm looking forward to this weekend, man. I'm looking forward to see how the Saints match up. Looking forward to see how the Atlanta Falcons match up against these two teams. Because, again, I think at the end of the day, toward the end of the season, these two teams are going to find a way to be somebody wild card or the division winner somewhere amongst that crowd. So I'm glad that this game came early. So that way, the NFL, showcases one of the big primetime games. So I'm deeply looking forward to it. And I'm also kind of looking forward to see when Jimmy Butler goes. We're around time. Let's let NBA news. Jimmy Butler wants to be out of Minnesota. So I'm interested in seeing what team decide to, put up their assets.
I would love to see the Rockets make a trade for him and get rid of Melo and bring him in. That would be just.
Won't happen.
That would make my day.
Won't happen. He don't want to win. He want money. You see the teams he put out there?
Yeah.
Clippers. He want
the
money.
Knicks, the Clippers, and the Nets.
This boy want money. He don't care about winning. Shit. He won in Chicago. He want money.
I understand. Well, listen, guys, that's our show, FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. Again, listen, like the page, add a friend to the page. This is our time every Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. Again, check us out on FanView Live on Facebook. Check us out FanView NOLA on Twitter. Check out GSportz. Anybody looking for high school coverage, guys, you're looking for the plug right here. And Coach Hurricane here up there for the Meet Warriors. Listen, y'all tune in again next Thursday, FanView, Real Fans Talk Sports. We signing out.
GSportz, man. I'll holler at y'all next week.
So Hurricane here. Doing it again.
Doing it? Yeah. Yeah, baby. Oh, Lord. Y'all have a great one, man.